It's rounds like we've shown are the reason why Karrigan has evolved into the best IGL when it comes to major playoff stage, right? It's just the ability to always find an answer no matter what the situation is. They were 8-0 down against Vitality, won 4 gun rounds in a row. They were 7-0 down on T-side on Nuke, still managed to get it done.
All right, well, less yapping, more clapping. We're going over to Sponge and Machine.
Get this party started then. Is it really going to be the FaZe fairy tale with a happy ending, or is this Shanghai Major Spirit's destiny? We start on Nuke. Donk looking for trouble to start us off. It's Frozen, actually hits the headshot. Goosh down, Donk operating on low HP. Waterfall smoke thrown out. Rain on the prowl, this is his domain. Major MVP on this very map, on this side of it. Donk puts him down despite that low HP. An audible drop from Magic's. Deception. Smoke, yeah, it's actually Frozen to walk through it. Does catch Chopper unawares. Into the top side, they break through. Shiro can't do a thing. Just Sontics, dual Berettas, and Donk on that low HP. It seems that FaZe have taken the T-side pistol, starting as they mean to go on here on their map.
This feels like an impossible retake for Team Spirit. Sontics gives it a go, but now Donk with that low HP feels like he just has to back off and hold on to the Kevlar. And that one from Karrigan, it had different flavors to it. The yard search, the pressure top with the hot molly, the flash towards ramp, the pivot back towards A, and the key kill was Frozen. Able to get in towards main, sneak through the smoke, and the fact that he kills the player top heart allows the rest of FaZe to flood on out in towards A, get that bomb down, and it looks like they'll be keeping 4 alive. Donk saves, tech has been called, so we will take a quick hiatus from play while we sort out this issue. Not a false start, but definitely want to get these wobbles out of the way immediately. I started with a Donk opener, but essentially ended, Rob's getting the kill, but Frozen got the Goosh from main. And then they just waltz on in and obliterate that topside defense from Spirit. Now, one of the things that you can aim for here if you're Karrigan, you have a much more experienced unit. Sure, this is Spirit's breakout year at this top level of Counter-Strike. It's the second major for Sontics and Donk. They beat them in Katowice, sure. We are looking to finish the year as it started. But FaZe have that experience over them. And that's been the conversation about FaZe coming into the playoffs is, hey, they can turn it on. This is the team that has that layer, that depth, that gear that they mentioned within the interviews, and they've been able to find it. So if you're able to toy with them early, force a lot of rotations, make them feel quite uncomfortable. We saw the masterclass that MOUZ was able to dish out yesterday. Think about how isolated Donk was. A lot of flashes to deal with his position. They were nade harassing him, then he played out of main, then they used that to slip into the site. MOUZ, it was a beautiful start to their series. It was just a miserable end if you're a MOUZ fan, but beautiful for Team Spirit.
Well, FaZe know all about starting slow. How often have they been reverse sweeping, losing their map pick? Testament to their tenacity and their veterancy. I mean, we do have the wise veteran versus the young prodigy. I mean, this is a trope, but it is most definitely our reality as Counter-Strike fans in this grand final. Donk on our screens versus Rain and Karrigan. 2 very different stories. One has only just begun.
Yeah, and for Donk, he showed some great resilience yesterday. Second worst map of the year. And then bounces back, and Ancient shows up when the team needs him. Magic's as well, the supporting cast was there. We learned a lot of lessons in their semi-final. This is the first major grand final for Team Spirit as an org and all of the players. So their nerves are going to be through the roof. For FaZe, well, most of them have been in multi. All for Karrigan and Rain. 3 for Robson. Roki, Frozen, this is his second time and second chance. Last time rounded with a heartbreak in Copenhagen. Well, it will be Team Spirit opting for a bit of a save. Donk with a save, Kevlar with a Deagle behind it. Everybody else on USP, so really action on Donk. Are they able to grab him some information? Is he able to find a fight that favors him? Rain's just selling a little something outside with the smoke wall.
An incredibly diligent approach to a second round. Full smoke wall, Molotov secret. Action on Sontics. They're not taking any chances here, Chad. Flash drops into the Molotov, falls away. That's Donk's dig! Despite their diligence, he's done it! A double from Donk! Disgusting! And Shiro's USP onto Robs! It's fallen apart at the seams for FaZe! Nothing more than a sidearm! 7 rifles. It's gone south in Shanghai immediately.
And this kid's going to have confidence against FaZe. Lifted that Katowice trophy at the start of the year to announce his presence to Tier 1 and say, yeah, I'm the real deal. And he might be their absolute night. Down. This is the opposite of how Nuke started yesterday for Spirit. They won the pistol, lost the follow-up. Well, this time round, they win the force. They scavenged themselves 2 AKs, 2 Galils. That's a thing of beauty.
Trying to avoid Donk, end up running straight headlong into him. This is just the start. Top site going to be a priority to defend here. Magix is tested, but Rob's unable to finish it off. Makes that engagement comfortably. Magix. We'll push this straight into the loving embrace of that Galil. Zontix would have wanted more there. Karrigan's such low HP. Magix has responded and sure, just catches Brokey. Trying to dip into control. And in full control of Spirit.
As of Rain, he's rotating in. They have space, sure, but this should be the second round converted for Spirit, and it's FaZe coming in with a force, so likely to see a 3-1 start for Spirit up against the Eco in the next. How much more damage can they do? This little restrained approach from Spirit. It's noted, Magic's down towards B. They're playing towards CT spawn of Shiro, just covering off towards that Heaven and Hell position, so this is looking very good. Time going to be an issue. Shiro should have Rain's number. Trying to force the rotation, but Magix, he's not moving, still back at the site. Worst case, a Deagle bullet behind the eyes, and the bomb can go down. He has been spotted now.
Karrigan's closing that gap. He seems aware of the possibility. Karrigan continues his crawl, has to hit this, and Magix does. Lovely work, Spirit clean. As they convert upon the force buy of FaZe, and full control into the CT side.
Very well handled there. Not too many worries against that force whatsoever. Getting the sequel. Getting the season finale. Des discussed it, but I don't think anybody would have had FaZe, especially with the type of form they showed within the last 6 months, essentially. And even coming into the major, it felt labored just to get to the point of the playoffs. And that's when Rops had to come alive against Furia. And since then, he hasn't really turned it off. He has been on in fine form, and he will be a necessary win condition for FaZe today. Just going to try and pop out hard with this one flash of Rops in the back line. Nade's going to do an awful lot of damage. Magix is a chance for him to farm up a couple of easy frags.
Positioned himself well. Great utility usage here from Magix. Just shuts down an attempt to break into that top side.
Oh, Karrigan said he wanted Vitality G2 and Spirit. Why not make it the hardest major playoff run ever? Well, Karrigan's got what he wanted. Ooh. Now the rifles come out, we get to see. Do they have a game plan that is also able to isolate and abuse that of Donk over towards Yard and Main? It's going to be tough to replicate because, sure, Donk was iced out yesterday, but he's going to learn from that type of a match.
Yeah, does that kind of thing happen twice? He already proved he could, bounce back into the rest of the series, ending positive after a disastrous first map.
This buy for FaZe still has a couple of emissions in the util department, so they're going to have to use this all picture perfect. 1-4 main smoke lands, Donk towards CT red, just TP top looking for a fight, and him against Rain, that is going to be quite the head-to-head, quite the duel, and we remember how that went down once upon a time. Donk just mowing players down through smokes. Would be disrupted, and that was something that was an issue yesterday for Spirit. The gun round took so long to get out because of these weird constant buys with MP9s, never full util. Well, right now off the back of a force, they got everything they want.
Yeah, quite the opposite for FaZe Clan.
Both teams have actually rallied through a lot of this util. Take a look at either side of your screen. You can see we're just working with a couple of flashes, smokes dotted for either team, and now towards ramp. They're going to try and pressure that of Zontic's domain, but it's Shiro, the one who's just blocked this. That minute mark now. Ping-ponging for action, looking for any way in our FaZe. Now they set their sights on A.
Setup is potent. 3 players tending to this. Flash is good. Magic's not ready for it. Frozen falls, empty-handed. It's only one from Rob. And defending the side valiantly, Magic's again passes the test. Up against the guns this time. Rain was the late piece. It's head-to-head versus Donk. This one's just for survival. Who wins it? Donk does! Spirit 4 flying high to start.
And Rain 0 and 5, so he's going to need to turn that around just like he did against G2 yesterday. FaZe broke G2's 8-in-a-row nuke streak to 2-0 that series, so potentially feeling some confidence and coming into this series, picking it. The desk were discussing the video, is there going to be a curveball, is there something funky? Well, Carrigan to back in his boys. And right now, well, they got the start they wanted, the follow-up was not. And really, that was saved Kevlar and a Deagle.
I'm still thinking about that round.
It's crazy that that round has had echoes of impact that has cost them 4 consecutive, and now the first gun round falling flat as well. So we'll just have to be a partial. Bit of pathing there. First player comes straight out, second ready for that top half fight. But Magix, we saw him on Ancient yesterday. He needed to start playing some big moments when the team called upon him, and he definitely delivered. FaZe have got themselves a whole bunch of smokes here, so likely to see the squeaky lurk smoke come in. Rops will blow open the door. You'll see a variation of a smoke wall towards outside. Do we see traditional? Do we see something of the diagonal? So Rops going to throw out that lurk smoke. Looks like just going for the old school standard set of smokes to get down secret.
Donk has got the HE. And the incendiary. Now Char trying to beat this timing of the HE. I think they're beating it. Disappeared. No info for Donk.
But noisy. Very noisy.
But fall back now, back to single door. Sontix as well. Establish the crossbar, but Donk just dived down the vents. And Brokey, he manages to bring that demon down. Rifle falls into FaZe Clan hands. Pivot top would be a test on Magix once more. Carrigan starting to worm through ramp as well. A little bit of a vacancy.
Timing on this against Chopper.
Chopper's going to maybe catch him with his back turn. He does. Powerful reposition and profits. The vent Brokey with that AK-47. Rops to burst out of the hut. Spamming smokes, distracting Magix. Still though, Stalwart on the site. And Shiro to support. Oh, the shots connect. Brokey brings down Shiro. Rain has got the bomb going down. It's a 2v2, leaning towards Spirit here. Kits are present. Coming in from Squeak. Last seen ramp, Chopper maneuvers towards the squeaky door. Bides time, Zontix on his approach towards Heaven. They retake. Brokey trying to stay active, trying to catch one off guard. It's Chopper clearing as well. And they do hit the first. Brokey in the clutch. He's got 5 bullets to work with. Changes that. Chopper, high pressure, no smoke. He's holding it. He's holding it in Shanghai. Pulls him off the bomb. Brokey survives. It's FaZe Clan pulling one off of their own. Steal a round away.
All right, tense moments there, but FaZe pivoting up those vents is something they had done yesterday as well, so under pressure against the clock. But right there, Donk has gone for a rotation that you're going to have to question. He's gotten off to a good start, had some really big impact, and the reason they have 4 rounds to his name, but they knew they were down secret. They already had 2 players down towards B. He didn't need to make that rotation. Not only did he give over his life, he gave her an AK, and you just saw how powerful that AK was for Brokey to secure the second round for FaZe. So a bit of a misplay as far as the rotation is concerned from Donk, but potentially no harm, no foul, because they can get in the full buy. It hasn't ruined their finances. There's still money to work with. But if he's in the mindset of, I'm just going to take care of these boys on my own, those oversteps might be the difference maker.
Yeah, it's that risk-reward ratio. This one, absolutely not rewarding for Spirit. Brokey makes that one kill. That's his first death on Donk. The first time you've brought down Donk, and it does lead to a FaZe Clan conversion.
And you can see him get fired up here. And Brokey, when you get him in front of the camera doing an interview, he's not the guy who's going to be giving you the most intense interview. But in the server, you get to listen to his comms that FaZe put out, that Carrigan has on his YouTube. This guy's contributions, the fire that he has in his belly, the way that he's able to express himself through Counter-Strike. He's a different man.
Donk looking to remedy the situation. Put FaZe Clan back to bed with a strong round here. Shiro breaks smoke. And I think to report, he's ready for this potential engagement towards the silo player.
Waiting for the smoke to fade on red.
Oh, spotted out now. They have info onto Donk. He will have to dip away. Very reactive, you can see from the Spirit defense here.
These are wrap smokes.
And there's an engagement. Rain brings down Donk. Chopper on Unbreakable. Shiro does miss his shot. Frozen. Is he anticipating Chopper so close, though? He is behind enemy lines, and now bullets to the backside. Chopper delivers. A double kill from Chopper. Brought low by the nade, but lives on. His impact's already been felt. Same can be said for Rain. Carrigan by his side. Once more, they find another. Shot down. A brawl in the yard. And only Zontix remains. Can he do anything to stop Rain? They're not in any hurry here.
They know it's the ramp player as well. Rops is investigating that territory. He's going to be calling sector clear. Now, Rain needs to get across, potentially a double swing, or allow Rops to play around the world to clear this out. He's either drop down B, coming up secret, potentially vent, or right now sitting in lockers.
Look at the patience, the team play, the trust. And now with the information, Rops can punish! FaZe Clan making a one-round game.
That was a brawl on yard right there. Those AMAP smokes came in to help them wrap. A couple of really nice shots there from Rain to help enable that. And if he can get on form and getting to tussle against Donk, well, the age discrepancy is one thing, but in terms of the pedigree that Rain can deliver on this very map, major MVP to his name by being the master of this domain. He's going to have a tough day at the office. One round gap now, money's still there. Spirit can buy once more, but they will be broken if they drop this.
Rookie taking the AWP towards the silo, usual.
Quick on the pacing.
Wow, straight across, no smokes. Ooh, did Donk catch a whiff?
Yeah, mouth moving.
You overreact to this. Chopper has dipped down the vents, does have a smoke to block. A boost. Frozen. Rain, slip off.
Yeah, would have heard that, so knows that two players are down secret. So piecing together the information now, our team Spirit. User to work with for FaZe. Still got a couple of smokes, flashes. Molly's in the mix. Brokey with the bomb posted silo. He's been there all round long. So hoping for some form of a reaggress. But right now, Spirit, they have the information. The AWP that's been over to ramp, and he hasn't swept back. It's Zontic's the one to deal with Heaven/Hell. Change of plans for FaZe. 50 seconds. Feels like they have ample time to work with.
Putting a lot of faith in Rob Solo on lobby hold. Chopper is starting to ask questions of that secret stairs. Shiro has rotated down as well. This would be death sentence for Frozen, peeking into the AWP drive. Molotov could be good, and Robs is the one to go first. Draws first blood onto Donk. Magic's an important trade. Carrigan starts to search.
Tough crossfire.
He's not going to break this crossfire whatsoever. Backwards turn. That's Chopper again. Finding the double kill, could be more. Brokey forced into just the pistol. Has his AWP as well to work with. And 2 versus 2 trying to find Chopper. Brokey going to clear him out. Does have to plant the bomb in 14 seconds. Rain has to cover. It's planted open. Rain has to hit this shot. Oh! Delivering time after time on this map. It's Shiro thrust into the clutch. Known for his clutches. Known for his AWP prowess. Eye pressed to the scope and clearing. Sandieri does some of the work for him.
Be the same.
He's seen enough.
Having a look, went fishing, couldn't find anything. Not going to give this one over, and FaZe battle forth. It's these two, Brokey and Rain. The impact of the shots that they're having. Brokey getting this one started with that 4K, the kill on the Donk, the picked up AK. Then the impact that followed, and now Rain's hitting some instrumental shots while they are just sprawling. They're like weeds over towards Yard. They're everywhere. Spirit don't know what to expect. And now we're tied up 4-4. So FaZe, after a rocky start, the pistol, and then the deagle, the Donk happens, you feel that, uh-oh, you might be getting that repeat of Katowice once more, the Donk domination, the ticket to the Donk show. But they have been able to turn their fate around. Important cover there from Rain. And now it is that save Shiro AWP. The ability to get some rifles dropped across, so not too down in the dumps. That lost burn is building at the perfect moment to help them out. They even get 2,900 into the next. Ali back with the second timeout within this half, so really not liking how this one slipped away. And when you remember how they got here, it's tough. This is where the experience versus the inexperience can start to creep in. Know that FaZe Clan are favorites here in Shanghai, favorites in China. CAC last year, they lift the trophy. Chengdu this year, they lift the trophy. Now Shanghai.
Practically home soil for them. They're home away from home. And they do it when it matters most. They certainly have so far.
This is where it felt rough for Spirit yesterday, where their buys were more hodgepodge. It wasn't perfect. 2 MP9s, 2 M4s, and AWP. Momentum has shifted. 3 in a row now for FaZe. Can they make it 4?
Spirit made it work with just a Desert Eagle and USPs. I'm sure they can make it work with this diverse cast of weaponry. Late smoke's being sent out by Carrigan.
You know the orb's in play. You know that Shiro saved that.
Rain being set up for success. Spam does not connect. Donk tasked with maintaining some degree of presence towards this yard position. No HE available from him. Starts to crouch across. Mission complete. Rain occupies and gets denied. Oh, Donk does it! Does them dirty on the yard. 2 down for FaZe Clan. The whole objective was to set those 2 up, and now Donk has changed their plans.
Very tough situation, and FaZe have their own financial woes to worry about. Only 1,400 loss bonus into the next. Looks like they're going to give this one a crack still. Searching out Squeaky is Rops. He needs to find an incision.
Such a powerful position with Magix as well. Donk positioned at the back of the site. They've hedged their bets correctly. There should be nothing here for FaZe. Spirit set up by the Donk double. Magix will put the Jerry on top, finish this one up clean. Just Rops to go. It is a Spirit round, a clean one at that.
Yeah, beautiful work there. A massive round, and Donk just catching Rain on that slip. The second one on the Brokey was the thing of beauty, stalling out any of that yard progression that FaZe were looking for. And they have humbled those finances, so they get the upgrades away from the MP9s. The AKs sprawling within those hands now. Just catching a little look there onto Brokey, trying to cross it, the fade of the smoke, and that topside defense. So reading them well, not overplaying their hand, not sticking around, playing that one by the book. Great job for Team Spirit. Have very lightly invested into this one.
Can Rops match Donk's output with his dig in this one?
Looking for a round or 2 more. I think 6 on the half for FaZe. That's going to be more than fantastic. 4's already pretty good. 5. I think that's going to be the line that they will be wanting to reach. Got yourself, well, 2 more real opportunities to do so. Buy into the next, and then the force for the final if things don't go your way. Really taking their time with this one, FaZe. I know the finances for Team Spirit light on in certain areas. Want to try and bait out all this protocol utility part of the block, holding them at the door, but here they come, starting to search.
There was some great restraint on this incendiary usage. They'll happily take the fight. Donk will throw his out.
Kind of giving them what they want there a little bit is Donk, but they have to go at some point, FaZe. 35 seconds.
Zontix get this round over with. Bomb delivered, and just 20 seconds to die for Rob. See if he can take anyone with him. Aaron misses out on that headshot. Donk shows he can use it with just the pistol. Takes the free upgrade, takes the round.
This is going to be a tough buy round still. Frozen has 3.3, Rain has 3.9. They are going to buy, so they're going to go for Galils in lieu of those AK-47s where necessary. Util is going to be the bigger issue. So what is Carrigan be able to call without the full belts on all of his players? Now Frozen, as we mentioned, second major final for him. Can't wait to see him get activated. Currently 1-9. Rops has been that, well, revelation late. He's back in that superstar form. It felt like he forgot who he was for a moment there.
Trying his luck at something cheeky. Rops has caught Magix. That's a big head-to-head to win. Top fragger removed. And now it's up to Zontix. Gets shut down. Zero close quarters and falls to Brokey. Ramp is open for business, and Rops is dipping down the vent. Oh, there's a lot of problems here if you dare rotate down this vent. He's got you booked. Chopper baits. Pulls his legs away. Lives to tell the tale, but still, Brokey is having to get down that towards the B site. Oh, and down he goes to Donk. That's an overstep. Makes this round a whole lot more realistic. Rain and Rops tasked with closing this one out. This is a must-win for FaZe. Brokey watching, biting through his fingernails. Can he count on Robson Rain? Chopper maneuvers forward. It's a big head-to-head, and Rain wins it. Only Donk remains, and he hasn't got the time. He hasn't got the time, he hasn't got a head. Robs removes it.
As soon as that fight goes down, Zontic swings in towards Radio Room. They know that there has to be the AWP there, so FaZe doing a good job to be able to swarm Shiro and make sure only one frag. It's all about its opener from Robs.
Oh.
That's what's disgusting. Robs has been a bit more aggressive. That one coming just on the top of the smoke there, so really good work for him, enabling his team to get into the round and closing it down, making sure that Donk can't isolate the dual swings open, bullet in the back of the head. And FaZe might be able to tie things up 6-6 in the half. Both teams with buys.
Brokey's been instrumental for them this half.
I think they've fluffed the smoke wall here.
Carrigan's in line, he's going to try and take the fight! Oh, Carrigan versus Donk! And the veteran reigns supreme, but in the meantime, Spirit sees the lead. Chopper onto Rops cleanly. Charging, stampeding towards this B bomb site. Chopper looking to brave the vent. Zontix tends to it from ramp. Pressure on, Zontix forced away by the flames. Chopper trying to disrupt, no one's covering, no one's looking! And Chopper can't finish! Zontix does! What is going on? Magic secures it, it is a 7-5 half.
All right, looks like we got a competitive game of Counter-Strike on the cards.
That had a very unique flavor throughout. You win the pistol, second round goes Spirit's way. Are FaZe happy with 5 upon review?
No, for sure. I think, obviously, losing that second round to the Deagle at Donk and then them going on the spread, that was the issue, but they wanted one of their own bank, right? Donk rounds are going to happen. You need to be able to shrug them off. Brokey's the one that made the statement piece of that first half that FaZe can be proud of. The Tech-9 on his rotation down the vent, that opens it up and it starts putting rounds on the board. So 5, if we're looking at the T side of Nuke, that's more than enough for FaZe to be able to work with. Now this is where Rain gets to put on his masterclass towards outside. You're going to have Rops over towards ramp. Brokey is the rotating player on that AWP. Then you're going to have Frozen and Carrigan to lock down the top site. Now, they won against G2 yesterday. They lost against Vitality, but Rops are still playing extremely well. Looking at Spirit, they're on a 3-map losing streak on this very map. They're looking to break it to put themselves 1 up on the series on FaZe's choice and move into Ancient, where they looked absolutely dirty against MOUZ. Buys are in, smoking a flash for Chopper, a P250 in the hands of Donk. And not Shiro. We've seen Shiro do some nasty, nasty things with that at this major cycle. Dual Berettas for Frozen and Brokey. I'm going to get into a flash after those pistols have been piped into their hands. And searching straight away, Brokey taking some liberties.
Getting early answers on a pistol can be the recipe for success. Flash to search, Rain dips back. Carrigan is going to spot that cross secret. Could be his demise. Gets, oh, well, just a glimmer, just a glimpse. Magic pre-aiming this, falls away though. Frozen timing doesn't favor him. Good fight back, Rain goes down, falls. The hands of Donk. Brokey's dual Berettas moves back to make, tries to isolate Shiro. His next challenge, can't he whittle him down? He does, spam it away. But from behind, Zontix, are they ready for this? It looks like they are. Brokey bests him. And now Donk thrust into the clutch. What's he got? Gets past. Now made, cuts noise. Do you dare follow me? Question Donk asks, fakes the steps away, trying to play these wicked games on the biggest of stages.
There's so much time, they're going to wait for him to go for this plant or fake plant. Bomb going down now. The chase is on.
Yeah, trying to play together. Play for the trade, but you can't trade that! Instant one tap to the head of Brokey. Robs versus Donk. Has he got it in him? Can Robs deliver? You can't stop the Donk! Time after time! Disbelief!
Oh, the monster with the aim. This kid is something to be feared. Something that has to be witnessed to be believed. Opening rounds and now closing them too. Shanghai chanting his name, 17 years of age in pursuit of making history. Today, if Spirit lift that trophy, it'll be the first for the organization. And Donk, well, he very well could be the youngest MVP in major history and the youngest winner of a major. FaZe are forced. They They don't have a deagle. Going to be replicating how things had gone down.
Pros are trying to play for that info on the cross. They are on that cross. Magic with the bomb on his back and full yard space.
Suffocate heaven and hell, and it's just frozen up ladder who can't really stay up there.
This is a valuable asset though. Robs
Sure.
and Carrigan, cool lobby clear.
Yeah, but right now, as far as the finish is concerned, topside can still be overrun.
Yeah, for sure.
There's U2 on Magics. He can use the smoke towards Hut or the squeaky door.
There's
The
potency to
flashes.
this though. 5-7 and MP9. Nonsix is coming back for this lobby fight. What's Rob's got? Shadow advantage is one thing, and the headshot's another. And this is that combo. Brokey, what can you get done? It's one from Brokey, nothing from Frozen. The site collapses, and Rob's whereabouts known. And Khalil finds him just up the ladder. Rain gets one, but it's all good in the Spirit hood. Get past that force spike. Things are ticking along nicely for Spirit to start strong on FaZe's pick.
Yeah, just having a real tough time as Frozen still 2 and 13. He needs to find that second piece of that kill. Brokey gets the first, then he goes down. Frozen, they know he's there because he started shooting, but these are where you need the individuals to step up in rounds like this. I know we're sitting there and criticizing he doesn't get that kill, but they are the difference makers. It's a force spike. You can see why coming up ladder with rifles is so effective. You know, sure, they had the lobby space, but that's not where the real hit is coming from whatsoever. The rifles get to take the fights at range, and oh, this is a classic. This is an absolute classic right now. Dropping an M4 for Rain.
Oh, he's ready for Donk. Beautiful dispatch. The greatest threat. Eyes on Robs. And woof, bullet on
quick.
him too. That was a very quick reaction. Magic's having one hell of a start to this grand final. That was his 21st frag.
Wow.
Audible on the ladder.
Say that again. 21.
Tick shuts down Rain. That was their best gun. The M4 goes down empty-handed.
Yeah, disjointed. There was nobody there to take that rifle if he goes down. Nobody to try and get that information for him. So FaZe. Cohesion lacking in this hero rifle. This is Frozen's chance to do something.
Oh, look at the awareness. Sontix crouches into the angle, finds the headshot insta. Despite removing Donk, this one sails through once more, and it's because we know the supporting cast of Spirit are most definitely present. We touched on Magix. His output's crazy. His KD is crazy. 21 and 6. You got Donk, sure, but it's also Chopper. 2 valuable multi-kill rounds. And for FaZe, it's just hang around, talk it out, see if more classic FaZe resilience is available into this CT half.
This is going to be very tough to bring back, right? We just had that hero M4 drop from Brokey given over to Rain. They get a kill with it, fine. That's why Carrigan's holding on to this MAC-10. He's likely the one to take the sacrifice into the next, so he'll give a rifle over to Brokey, something to work with, unless they're given another gun. And that's only if someone wants to pipe their head up the ladder. Brokey trying something, not going to find anything, and Carrigan, you really need to hold on to this.
Unable to do so.
Sure, a little bit of damage financially speaking with them going down to the bomb, sure. Is Brokey going to maybe operate with a scout instead so he can still fulfill his duties as a rotator, but it's not going to be easy for him. It looks like he has been set up with a rifle, so Carrigan, he's going to be operating with just an MP9. The leader taking the sacrifice for his team, but Spirit, off the back of that pistol victory, 2 follow-ups. Right now they are set to close down map number 1 and take us to Ancient, just 1 map away.
Rain getting pressured from every angle. Chopper has slipped past. He's got him completely dead to right. Doesn't finish him off. Covered now by Brokey. Rain and Brokey do succeed in starting as they need to go on this yard fight. Magic's limping. Donk across. Carrigan burrowed deep into this corner. Zontix has been so good on his clears. Will he do it once more? No, Carrigan stays active. Shuts it down. Only Donk remains.
No rifle, no problem for Carrigan. Massive double kill. Uses that crowd surge to expect something on his way. Peeks first, gets the multi, and just leaves Donk in a 1v5 situation. This is the first brick in a wall for a long way back for FaZe. The blue wall, the CT side that they're going to have to muster to try and just tie things up. And how much damage can Donk do? 50 seconds for him to work with. Now his position noted.
FaZe Clan clearly not trying to play scared. further. Every engagement, he loses health. 35 and down. Frozen makes it so, finds himself that upgrade. FaZe with 5 alive as well. That is the start of their CT campaign.
Only the 3rd kill for Frozen, a confident one. I know that he was in a 1v5 situation there, but still just braving it, you know, with how the aim has been going for him. Could be wondering, not really wanting to take that type of engagement. Still, it's a very little sign, but hopefully one of things to come. Fortunately, right there, covered off by Brokey because Chopper had space. Rain had no idea about it. So Brokey was the savior of that situation. But a spotless round for FaZe, and it's necessary that it was in that fashion. It helps them with the residual cash, and also feels like it's applied some pressure to Team Spirit. Halley will take his 3rd and final tactical timeout. It'll be up to Neo, or if we make it to overtime, for him to be able to call another one of those. So what adjustment are they looking for? Or what conversation are they having about the force, as you can see on screen right now, that's taken shape? Sure, there's AKs, there's pistols for Shiro and Zontix to work with, and there's more than enough smoke to try and force these rotations. Rain taking a moment to take it in. A familiar field of play for FaZe.
Quite the opposite for Team Spirit.
And it really just felt like the final hope and a prayer. Neo, I think he called this team FaZe Clan, right? They come into this level of competition, and hey, the one conversation we have is, yeah, but it's FaZe. They can always turn it on when they get to the stage games, and they have delivered. Right now, in the grand final, they lost to Na'Vi in Copenhagen. They're going to lose to Spirit in Shanghai.
Oh, Dark has started as he opens up onto Rain. Gives the AK to a healthier member. Job done, mission accomplished. Rain no longer a threat. Carrigan could be. He spams the smoke, does not connect with Chopper, but it's only Chopper.
What's the response to being a man down? Rops is going to get help of Brokey. Maybe the two of them want to try and take some space on ramp. But there will be questions that have to be asked and answered for FaZe shortly. They know they've lost this yard control.
Rops known to be that ramp player. Can he lock it down? Going through the motions. Partners up with Brokey. Don't confirm presence. And on the swing, Rops is up one. He can't get another. Another big one from Magix. Opens up ramp. Carrigan caught sneaking down the vent. Chopper. His descent of the secret stairs pays dividends, and it is only Frozen. Quiet start on Nuke for him.
Again, I think it's a positive sign that FaZe kept everybody alive last round. Even though they've gone down and lost the lion's share, and maybe they even lose Frozen here as well, they still can buy with the loss bonus into the next. So it's not hopeless just yet, but Spirit are looking extremely strong right now. And that was Donk getting an opening towards Yard that essentially determined the round. He goes down on ramp. I think Carrigan thinks, okay, that's their Yard player. Maybe no one slipped down secret. I'm going to try this rotation because we're desperate. Chopper lying in wait. Knockout blow. Round done. 11 locked for Team Spirit.
I love the point Yanko made as well on the desk regarding Donk, is that he's also going for those openings. He is the aggressive rifler as well. So to be having stats like he does while going for these kind of what most would consider 50-50 duels, trying to be that space maker. Success after success around, we can attribute to that opening. Converted upon by his team.
We think about the two big impact rounds that he's had in this game so far, and there's probably a few more, but it's the pistol round in the second half is a clutch. That's fantastic. That set them up for this string of rounds where right now they are 4 out of the last 5, or 4 out of the 5 rounds played in the second half is probably a better way to frame it. And then the Deagle round in the second of play, where he kept Kevlar, he gets them 3 kills, and then they go on a spree of 4. So you can see what he's helped enable. Magix has been able to mop up the mess in certain situations. He's been great over towards that top site on the CT half. So between the two of them, they are taking care of business, and now FaZe are under pressure, taking their time out.
First defensive AWP out of Brokey. If he can ply his trade. Been great to see his resurgence alongside that of Robs, of course. Robs with some crazy statistics in these playoffs. But Brokey's AWP also an integral component for this FaZe Clan machine.
Well, both these teams have had up and down years. Both have had their highs. FaZe starting as one of the best teams in the world. That Katowice victory propelled Spirit into the tippy top of the Counter-Strike conversation.
Look at Doc just immediately starting to ask questions at ramp. Now, he's likely not going to be walking through Robs' smoke, so a pivot. Yard, Brokey stays vigilant. Robs is starting to descend and head towards those stairs.
Another question was if Rob's going to be able to keep up that mammoth form. So far, he hasn't been able to find himself activated within this game. Not too late just yet to do so. Here is the smoke. Brokey spots out U2 flying through the sky.
Spam with an M4, shot of an AWP. Do you overlook that potential on Secret? Donk does not. Throws out the Molotov, but it is, once again, not going to go yard. Constantly keeping FaZe Clan guessing. Zontic searching the chopper with a Molotov, but ahead of it is Zontix. Smoke to block. Frozen falls away with a scrap of HP to remain. 50 seconds to find the finish. Man advantage FaZe.
Chopper trying to call this one on the fly now. Plan's been scrapped. Heading back towards yard this late. Robs is clearing it. He might get a face full of lead.
30 seconds. His position hinges on taking an early engagement. Down goes Donk. Shiro will trade. 20 seconds. Spirit forced to improvise. Into the low HP of Frozen. He's in a lot of trouble here. Can he get anything done? Tucked into the CT vent. First contact from Rain. Jiggles to confirm. Frozen hoping to be overlooked, and he does get it. Takes down Shiro. Magix remains. No time for him to work his magic. Dips away as FaZe sees a 7th.
Oh, that was still very touch and go for FaZe there. You can see Rob screaming. In terms of information, he probably only saw one more player in that situation. There was a lot of utility being thrown towards top as the fake. Frozen didn't know if players were about to come out hard or squeaky door. He was caught in this no man's land transitioning towards the vent. So again, admirable effort from FaZe. They get their 7th short. Magic saves the AK, and I think that's immediately just been dropped to Donk. He'll be able to buy one of his own. And remember, Hallie's already called all of their timeouts, so this is where Chopper and the rest of the team have to piece together how they're going to approach the tail end of this game. Just 2 more rounds to secure the map. But you give over one like this with where the loss bonus is at, FaZe can start to build back in.
This is pacing. Broky's got the AWP. This is the worst place for it in a round like this. He goes down. Karrigan can save them. Karrigan is saving them. Down to low HP. Rops to try and shoot between his legs. Shiro and Rops in a 1v1. Shiro. Oh, that is brutal. Absolutely beautiful from Shiro. The one round he gets that AWP. He's on top of the hut. The Tech-9s are swarming. He's so committed. And it is going to be forcing that final timeout out of FaZe.
That just tells you they were not expecting that type of pace out of Spirit towards A. You are not playing on top hut with the AWP if you're expecting a rush. Brokey being made to look silly. Donk finding Frozen. Karrigan gets the double, sure, cops that goosh, and then coming in to try and save the day in the 1v1. Rops needed this, but Shiro comes up clutch yet again, and that's what he joined this team for, to deliver the closing blow.
Love to see the emotions on Shiro, heart on his sleeve. Tears shed as he secured this grand final. Could be more in a couple of maps' time.
I feel that's got to be it. With how rattled you'd be from FaZe for losing that round, and then you see what they bring together as the buy.
That headshot onto Karrigan, he still gets one. On top of that, after that, comes down to the 1v1. Shiro prevails. Rob's going to be kicking himself. Is there anything left to this nuke? Rookie with the biggest gun, Rob's a rifle as well. Donk stretching his legs on yard.
He's going to play through this.
Just regular Desert Eagle versus the Donk AK. That gap in the smoke perfectly designed for Donk to take these duels. Flash does catch him. Dane doesn't connect.
Bomb down Secret, so looking for a B finish this time round, our Team Spirit. Rotation is already down. It's Frozen with an MP9, nothing to block with.
Oh, he's going to be a dead man. Dips away, does confirm presence. Molotov limits his options. They can go anywhere with this. Roki has brought that AWP into a perfect angle, but misses his chance. They'll accelerate upon that, trapped in the vents, and he's going to be punished. Twice now, Brokey unable to deliver with the AWP. Frozen can. Frozen doesn't finish off onto Zontix. Robs just about gets past the line of sight. In the meantime, Rain juking it out with the Deeg. Karrigan to establish a crossfire. It is up to Robs to extend play. 40 seconds, bomb on the back of Shiro. As Rob's got it in him. Oh, and they're not even coming his way. They just park Zontix. Karrigan goes looking for answers. He might be able to get that body shot. Zontix. Oh, so susceptible. Rain has eventually taken down Chopper, puts a rifle into his hands as they try and pivot topside. He's got the flash. He can disrupt this. They're going down the vents. 10 seconds and Robs will once again have a chance. It's Donk versus Robs, and Shiro catches him. Just enough time to plant. Oh, Karrigan hits the dig. Shiro in the clutch. He can close it. much up for debate in that one.
That's a high-octane round right there. Spirit trying to get their way out of that B site, but end up finishing there regardless. So not having a good picture of how FaZe were set up.
Crazy
Some
round.
real shaky moments there, but it's the vets who are able to come up big with a couple of key kills on the digs. And just holding on by their fingertips. It's a 4-round game now, but FaZe, this was tough. Rain, he alleviates a lot of pressure there. Robs with a fortunate timing. Information flows. They're skedaddling between both sides. That's a huge shot from Rain. And they're just holding on. It can be another one of these cobbled together force buys for Spirit, which they found success with. So you can easily see them getting this one done. Tech9s, Galil, and an AK for Donk again. Magic's having a great game, 25-9. Donk, 17-13. FaZe can't slip up again. They've been given another way back into this game.
Zontic's called Carrigan trying to play close quarters now. They're trying to pop and into the top side, successful. Magic's down, big one back. Rain delivers, pushing out. Donk goes searching. Rain on the edge of that smoke, but they're coming from every angle. Donk goes behind Rob. Oh, one as well. It's up to Rain to save FaZe. Dips away for the reload. It's up to Chopper. Can Rain extend? Oh! He can't touch it! Chopper closes out that one!
Shanghai erupts as Spirit in their first major grand final. A one map away from lifting that trophy and making history.
Was vindicated as well in his 4th major playoff to finally capture it all. That's the kind of stuff that makes him and leaps him into the conversation for best Eastern European in-game leader.
Well, we're about to find out now. We can get back into the action. Is Spirit going to do it in 2, or will we get a 3rd?
A pertinent Chinese proverb to start map 2 of this grand final. Failure is the mother of success. We'll find out if FaZe Clan can have their signature bounce back, or will Spirit maintain their stoicism into 2nd map and their territory.
Still some hope. RMR picked, during the RMR, FaZe picked Ancient versus Cloud9, they lost it. During the Elimination Stage, they picked Inferno versus Furia, lost it. The playoffs, they picked Nuke versus Vitality, lost it, but they're still here in the grand final. So losing their choice is not the end of the world for FaZe.
Oh, we have a fight from Brokey. He goes running straight into the Glock of Zontix. Early first blood drawn on this pistol. Can they rectify? Early block util thrown out, and they will respect the smoke, despite that donut smoke being thrown out. CT as well.
Rain can pause and hold all of that space. If he goes too far, he will run into Chopper, who's aware of this maneuver.
Oh, this is a head-to-head, and Rain clean with it.
Gets them something back. And now out mid. Spirit are trying to take some space. If they jump up, they can beat Rain.
This is the head-to-head for Rain, a second fight, and actually getting straight into K. Magic's with the drive-by. Takes the Norwegian out of the round. Donk surges in, first man in and first man out. Nice frozen, can't stabilize for a second. His Magic's down. Good work from Carrigan. Running accuracy connects. Shiro's P250, he gets it this time.
Zontic's flank is huge.
Yeah, Rops, maybe you can catch his wind of this. Carrigan considering his options. 2 head-to-head simultaneously. Will he clear his corner? Zontix does not. Rob stabilizes, kits the headshot, puts it onto Shiro. Will there be another 1v2 for Spirit in the pistol? Bomb under CT control. Shiro remains poised and he can't close it. The 4v5, the loss of Brokey rectified.
That was touch and go, but Carrigan, he likes the way that one feels. Big pep talk between maps. Need to refocus, recenter. This is the 6th time that these 2 teams have faced in 2024. So in the 5 matchups so far this year, 4 out of the 5 have gone in favor of Spirit. The only time that FaZe have beaten this Team Spirit roster was in Copenhagen at the Major to eliminate them on their run to a grand final. I do see a deagle in the hands of Donk. This time it's the T side, so it's going to be harder to find those incisions as he hangs around in spawn. As FaZe will use their opening utility, they'll get their space, and now the round will start to settle in. This will remove the smokes and set Donk up to take some nice fights.
I'm really interested to see if Team Spirit can keep themselves focused. Their first major trophy is closer than it has ever been. Do they maintain their focus when so tantalizingly close?
Rops' rotation points aren't that close. He needs to either stay alive or get a multi-kill here on the way in.
Donk up for success, boosted up. Rops will need to call the cavalry. No information, no indication. 3 from different points of elevation. Shadow spotted, Rops composed, controlled, delivers and defends. So FaZe Clan shut down. Clean on the anti-eco.
Nod of approval and satisfaction there from Brokey, keeping all 5 alive. That's massive work. This is so little of an investment. You can't be willing to give that bomb plant over, rifles over, so they hold on to everything they invested, and now they know this is where Spirit are going to bring the fight. Rifle round to be equipped. Now you've got plenty of MP9s, likely to see those aggressive, using to take this mid and B lane space. Standard opener from Spirit. Classic on Ancient, Red and Cave smoked off. Starting with more of a heavy lean over towards the A side of the map.
Wondering if they're going to put some pressure on Magix. He was playing a lot of solo B before. Your smoke's not fantastic. Magix does have some degree of vision. Chopper's been caught short.
Heading into Rops now.
This time they've got guns though, Rops. Can you match your output? Molotov. Was it wide or not? Doesn't spread. He strikes. Oh, and he strikes twice. Gorgeous from Mr. Cool. Donk down as well. Frozen seals the deal, makes this 3rd round a reality.
Beautiful stuff there. Frozen winning that opening duel in middle. He had a very, very tough time on Nuke. Gets a kill on the pistol. Now gets an important one here against the first rifle round. And FaZe deal with that no problems. Rops also not in that same form we saw against Vitality and G2. And Magix, well, let's see if he can have another massive game. Had to come up pretty huge on Ancient. Now, I know they were throwing MOUZ around the server, but played well on Nuke just then. Played well against MOUZ. Right now with the bomb down in enemy territory, hard to see him getting too much done with 5 points of health. This is looking like a great start for FaZe and a necessary start. After being in both major grand finals, the downs that you've had ever since winning Chengdu just after the major, and now you find yourself in both major finals of the year just to be flatlined by the kid who ruined the start in Katowice.
Oh, that's an incredible shot.
He's locked in.
He's most definitely locked in. Just a little reminder to FaZe of what he's capable of after Nuke.
The crowd appreciating that. And FaZe will secure that the 2 AKs to be carried through.
Very interested to see how Magix is tested, if he is tested by FaZe Clan. If Spirit maintain this A-centric, mid-centric approach.
Well, in the interview Chopper did with HLTV after that victory, saying, you know, they knew how MOUZ approached the map, wanted to try and pressure A early to draw them away. Say they play very mid and B heavy, so wanted to spread them out across the map and was able to do so by early A pressure. Gave a similar showing here, but handled by FaZe. Now Donk will be dropped that AK. Right? He does get facilitated, but he delivers. That's why Magix, who hit some tidy ones himself right there, are setting the 17-year-old up to really reap some havoc. This time, heavy over towards B for Spirit.
Yeah, it's a 2B start as well for FaZe. Jump up from Frozen. Obscured by the smoke, but close to lending a hand. Donk's going to start aim mapping up the ramp. Carrigan tucks Cubby. Block smoke. Might try and use that Tech 9 to burst through. Think twice about that.
Even though that's the key piece of utility for the T's gone, there's no point running through that and just getting slaughtered.
Frozen, here we go. Just tested. Only the one. Good work back. Donk does deliver and bring down a rifle. Falls into Shiro's hands.
FaZe are worried about slips into A right now. They don't have answers on where Team Spirit are. Just saw Brokey acknowledging the chance for a leak through A. He is checking out Temple and behind, but they're all just waiting over towards B. Cave presence as well as B lane.
This most definitely can still go wrong.
Rops will be quick on the rotation behind.
Up the ramp. Carrigan will have a spot on the Magix, and all nearly 2. Donk does trade. Needs another, though. Asking a lot of him, and he still manages it. multi-kill on that hero rifle. Puts it all onto him though. And ace clutch demanded of Donk, and oh my god, he's doing it again! Just the one hero rifle. Up to Rops to deny. Can he do the impossible once more? The superstar. And Rops to test him, looks away! My god! He's a monster!
This monster isn't living under your bed, Carrigan. He is living in your head. Saved AK, dropped to Donk, the lethal weapon, and he delivers a ace.
It feels like their demands are unreasonable, Chad. It feels like they're asking too much of the kid, but time after time he delivers. How's he done that?
How much more does he have to do? The 17-year-old in pursuit of major history.
How?
Now that's their first round, and maybe first of many.
Okay, aggression lane. Out mid though, it's all theirs. Ooh, good one through the smoke. That's gonna have Donk walking wonky. Drops forward A main position, got nothing to report.
We'll see if that HP matters. He got whittled down frag after frag in the previous and was still able to pull off something magical. But FaZe can't let that get to them. They've still been able to bite back in with a buy of their own. 3 M4s, 2 MP9s. Stoic with the util, not dropping it early. They're going to need this. Nice little nade and spam combo. Magic's almost with the double up.
Knows their options are limited. Dunks on them. Rops is activating and it's Donk's low HP. Rops prevails. This time successful in that head-to-head. Now Zontics into Frozen. Frozen holds his nerve. Holds on to Red Room. Into B though. 2 through cave side. Shiro up the ramp. There's legs to this, especially look at the low HP. Yet to frag Shiro. Yet to frag Chopper. That has to change now. Can't just be Magic's.
Oh, he missed.
Carrigan pushes the smoke. Comfortable for Shiro. Brokey the response. Gets one. Magic's the response back. This conversation favors Spirit. And Magic swings into the two of them. Trade out. Robs can clutch. It's his chance again. Another 1v1 for Robs. Lost to Donk. Does he lose to Chop? Chopper holds. Robs delivers.
That's the Robs FaZe are going to need if they want to take this one the distance. Not that he was absent on map number 1, but he definitely was in that fighting form that we had seen. To get them through G2, to get them through Vitality, to get them to back-to-back major grand finals. And Robs comes up impactful. So Donk happens, but Robs does too, and that's the two you want to be see throwing blow for blow. This one got sketchy, the low HP, Brokey misses the incendiary towards the site. Carrigan goes through on his own, it could have really fallen apart. Happy with that one is Robs, and understandably so. It's forced a tactical timeout from Team Spirit.
Raw determination on the face of Brokey.
Hard 4 rounds. Some of the issues when you look at Nuke were, hey, you scrap back in, you're able to show that you can contend when it's a little bit rough around the edges for you, and then you lose to Tech9. You have an AWP on top of the heart. You're losing rounds that you need to be converting, and it felt like the individuals that were letting them down. Even a moment right there, Zontics versus Frozen in red. Frozen got the better of him with the timing on the swing out and still takes so much damage, right? He's not converting cleanly. These aren't insta-kills, and that needs to change. What makes FaZe FaZe is this rockstar element that they have, the ability to hit hard.
Never to be written out.
Again, back towards B.
This is going to have some pace on it. Mac 10 equipped for Zontics. Carrigan just an MP9 to defend this side. He's only got Rain by his side. Is Rain enough to defend the side? Oh, only the one. A dink on Magic's. Carrigan chooses aggression. Chooses aggression and it's rewarded. Brokey arrives just in time. Chopper slips behind enemy lines. Carrigan's not ready for him. Good one back. Needs a second. Chopper spins on a dime.
Brokey's low.
Brokey is low. From behind though, and that's perfect. It's Brokey that is the difference maker on the B bomb site. Ways in which that could have gone wrong, but not here. Not on Ancient.
Well, holding on there, Rain, that can be tough. Teams more than happy to favor that B ramp. The way the molly works now, ever since the change, you can just come on through. You can see they're not really taking an awful lot of damage. He mops up one, there's more bodies to deal with. Carrigan has to take the risk. Gets double on that MP9, but Chopper unable to get the clutch. and it will just be another decent level of investment. Sure, not full from Spirit. Lost bonus is built.
Chopper's investigating middle. He is the spearhead. Donk to trade. That's jiggle from Frozen, just on that pixel gap. So they smoke Donut, so uncertainty will grow.
So that one player towards Red Room right now with Brokey.
Oh, it's a pivot straight to B. Well, they're looking for answers in middle. Spirit go looking for trouble in cave. Perfect timing.
Spirit's finished, but only really looking at these two Molotovs. And FaZe actually started bringing in an interesting execute over towards the B bomb site that we saw taking shape earlier in the competition. They were doing a triple molly setup, so we'll see if Spirit have a similar flavor. Mid being called clear now. They've investigated red. Util lined up. Default thrown out. Going to allow them to progress through cave. Rotation on its way for FaZe.
Next wave of Molotovs fly in. Rain confirms their suspicion. Chopper gets down. Donk has opened up onto Brokey though, and Carrigan can't finish. Donk's coming for you. You better be ready. Let's go down to Frozen. Still takes another with him. 2 on 3. Frozen. Smoke kit. Beautiful for the retake. Rops needs to do damage as well on from short side. Tech9's not favored here, but close range duels are available. Magic's low HP. Goes active and finds the headshot. Rops, what can he do? Unable to find Zontix. Now smoke recovered. Magix does get a little too Larry. Smoke on the kid. He's giving it a look in. Running out of time. Shiro known to be on the site. Hoping to bait him out. Hoping to get that fight. Not coming his way. And Robs thinks twice. Does not play for the clutch. Shiro will go down on recovery of the rifle.
To the bomb here, isn't he? Yeah, Robs just overstaying his welcome. Sure, he gets the stats, he gets the kill, but right now FaZe don't have any money. Just hanging around a little bit too long, giving his team nothing to work with going into this next round of play. So they will take a timeout. The 2 rounds that Spirit have been able to post so far have been hard fought. Donk with the dropped AK thanks to Magix. This time, some partial upgrades due to the lost bonuses where it's at, but they have punished the finances. Right now, FaZe, they are in hot water. A great opportunity to work back into this and maybe even level things up for Spirit. If you're FaZe right now, you need to turn to Neo. Do him and Carrigan have anything that they can piece together when the cash is in such disarray? Rain's force, that is likely a sign that everybody else will follow. Rob should be able to get out of silence M4 with armor.
We love a selfless captain. Chopper just drawing the crosshair there. Gets as far wide as he can. Donk immediate on that trade. That was their path in. That was their way in. They did manage to really kind of, improvise a great finish onto that B bomb site for their second round.
And it wasn't rushed. They took their time. Caused FaZe to ask questions of the gaps in the defense.
Gaps in the buy.
Straight out mid.
Oh, and that's the rifle. Rops down to Donk. Into mid on the warpath. Spam from Frozen will be unable to connect, and Rain's lost his head too. They've lost the B bomb site.
Yeah, everything's up for business right now.
This one's falling apart. Brokey trying to be a hero ahead of the flames, but isolated by Zontix. Comfortable collection of a third round. Carrigan from behind. They will strike. Chopper finds him.
And they know that Frozen tends to be over towards middle, so likely to try and cut him off at the pass. Frozen has pushed through main right now, and Chopper seems to have a very good idea. Clean, all 5 staying alive. Beautiful round for Team Spirit. A force from FaZe. Now we'll see the eco. The fact that Rops tussles through middle and is deleted, has no chance. Didn't even get to use that heaviest of investment. 2,400 into the next, so their buy on the CT side, when we do see it come through, is still going to be weak. Spirit have broken them. We have to hope not mentally at this point. FaZe, as a team, they've had some crazy comebacks. They've seen it all, and they only get out of bed for the big games. Felt like they're a little bit sleepy on Nuke, their map choice, but again, we reminded you, hey, them losing their pick, it's not the end of the world. They can bounce back.
Oh, look at this.
Full barrage.
Storm of nades. And into the side, comfortable is Magix. A flurry of frags in the feed, it's over. A fourth for Spirit, a 1-round game now.
2 rounds in consecutive fashion where Spirit have kept all 5 alive. That does wonders for the finances going forward.
Ooh, they're all sitting on a comfortable cash cushion.
Yeah, that's going to mean residual buys for FaZe. This is going to be a tough way to secure yourself the lion's share of rounds in this half. Still 8 available, but as mentioned, this next purchase is going to be lacking. We've only got 2 incendiaries on the board. A kit for Carrigan, lacking flashes and HEs to try and clear smokes and look for information.
They have to be able to shut down Donk on mid. It has to happen. And no, Carrigan on Chopper. Quick friction, that's one back. Donk is down. Well, Chopper wins the captain's head-to-head. Frozen has one out that duel in mid. Magics gets looking, gets active, gets destructive, finds Brokey. Robs responds. Quick pivot into the A side. Rain seems ahead of the play. Robs 2. Knife out, heading in. Break of the smoke, could catch a glimpse. And Chopper! Major form, major impact, and Rain does one better. Bams away a 1v1, here we go. Health advantage. Can Rain and his veterancy convert? Must win round, of course he can! Zoltix couldn't handle it, couldn't hack it. A 6th for FaZe off the back of Rain.
Rain, that never back down, never surrender mentality, just through the smoke, knowing he's not going to go for the fake, straight in his face, and denies it. And that right there, you get Carrigan pushing in towards A main. Well, that's a B player, that's your cave player. Okay, what does that mean? We lose a mid player. Oh, Rops goes down, he breaks the smoke. We know he was over towards middle, let's run in towards A. Okay, they're piecing this one together. Rain being on that early rotation, he was the hero of the round.
He's there so early. I mean, just read them. And a second pause. He's been very liberal with these, Halley, but his conversion rate's pretty damn good.
Great shot here from Chopper. This one from Rops, right? That's how they know that A is essentially open. And then, because Rops clears the smoke and goes down, they're thinking that's the A defender, but Rain is already there for the double up, the mop up, and the round conversion. But that residual cash does mean we get another full bite for Spirit. That can't be the same set for FaZe. MP9s for Brokey and Carrigan to work with.
I mean, of course they're doing it the hardest way. Constant compromise.
That's what Carrigan wanted.
Hardest bracket run. Now, MP9, no nades for Robs. 2 SMGs in the mix up against that full buy once more. Will Frozen win this head-to-head once more? Donk wants it once more, wants revenge, and Frozen does it! Finished off from the grave, the flames, and now look at Robs. He's so proactive, so aggressive! And Shiro trades. Pulls us into a 3 versus 3. Bombs outside B doors. Magix has a friend. Form of Chopper, who has been hitting shots here on the second map of our grand final.
Right now, Spirit don't have to do anything. They can sit, pause, allow the round to come to them. They know that FaZe are the one scrambling for answers. There's a lot of gaps that have manifested with these exchanges back and forth. It's going to come down to Carrigan's read of the situation. And right now, they've paired up to push through red.
Chopper could find them here on their search for information. Chiro as well from elbow. Chopper's hard fight for Brokey. Now Shiro alerted to their presence. Can swing through. Rain has to hit this shot cleanly. Rain on the box. Rain delivers. As does Brokey. Long range FP. Double kill after his clutch to make 7 a reality.
Did say 8 was still possible. And they've had to fight extremely hard for these rounds. Moment of respite for the action as a technical timeout has been called. So that issue is plaguing the Spirit side of the server. We have lost Donk for the moment being.
Yeah, he was straight out of there after that duel with Frozen mid.
It's a very tough fight, right? The way that meta has progressed, there's so many layers to it, and especially in CS2 when we're talking about the edging of smokes and the timing of flashes and how many were dropped and what's the next rally. So the fact that they went 1 for 1 in that scenario, Frozen job done, and he removed him from the round, that being the key piece of information.
Yeah, that's what I just struggle to understand, is that you're sending Donk out there in what is so volatile, so variable. You don't know what the flashes are going to look like. He doesn't either, but so regularly he finds great success. Takes his spawns, does his damage. But Frozen has won out that head-to-head and back-to-back rounds now.
Shout out to Magix again. This is the steadiest he's looking in terms of these duels.
Right.
He's got good moves across the map, looking very clean, staying very calm. This being in the highest pressure environment, of their Counter-Strike careers. Donk has rejoined the server. Ready to go. Both teams signaling that as the bomb down in not the last, but the previous. The residual cash that was built from those 2 clean rounds where they didn't take a single casualty does mean Spirit, for the final round of the first half of their map pick, are able to get out a bye. Not having to worry about any pesky pistols this time, but some of their key rounds have come with those lighter upgrades.
Will it really spell 3 consecutive for FaZe to end out the CT half in a fight for their major lives? Keep that trophy within reach. Frozen spamming away. It's Rob this time, wanting that fight. Oh, throwing out that smoke. Donk tries to take that invitation. Chooses not to. Nate does chip away. Carrigan not shy. We're going to have another head-to-head with the captains here. Flashed in. Chopper is blind. Ooh, Magic's obscured. And Frozen overlooks it. Oh, dear. It's gone horribly wrong for FaZe, and brilliant from Magic's. Top of the scoreboard in back-to-back maps. It's not Shiro, it's not Zontix, it's not even Donk, it's Magic's that gives Spirit the edge.
Now they can set themselves up for a B finish, but Rain's still in cave, and already rotating over is Brokey. Rops has to worry about middle as well as the A site. 45 seconds, looks like the bomb's pivoting back.
Magic's falls. Will have to be the rest of them to close. Rops is still on Donut. Chopper trying to sell something. Rops knows something's up.
He's hearing steps in main.
Calls for the cavalry. They are on their way. Brokey and Rain arrive with a captor. This Molotov awkward now for Spirit. Smokers on the side. That should set them up for success. Shiro tasked with the plant with 18 seconds. The pressure rises. Rops still Donut. Brokey with vision. Could spam away and deny. Gets him off the bomb. It's awkward now. Spirit in trouble. Spirit in a lot of trouble. Brokey comes up clutch. It's an 8-4 half. Spirit off kilter. And FaZe Clan never, ever to be counted out.
They've weathered that. There were some tough rounds that they had lost within that first half, but still walk away with 8. They have set themselves up pretty to take us the distance. Dust 2 is the third and decider if we need to get there. And this is classic FaZe fashion. Lose their pick, win the opponents. Always keeping entertainment at the top of the priority list, our FaZe.
It's either deliberate or Magic is real. I mean, we'll see, we'll see. To look so out of it on your map pick, repeatedly. And then the map that Spirit felt they had the best chance to close it out if they were to win FaZe's pick. And FaZe rustle up an 8-4 half. They elected to start on that CT side, and it's gone incredibly well.
This here, I think, was attesting to what you were discussing with Magic's. In the previous game, it was just him over towards that B lane. So when Frozen comes through the smoke, didn't quite clear his corner, sees one, laser focused, and then Magic's gets to mop up the double. So a great start, but couldn't find the finish to that round. Spirit.
What a great turnaround.
All right, well, we're into the second half pistol round. U2, Rain with a flash and a molly, and a smoke's already been thrown out of the hands. Rops is picking up yet another. That's the lurk smoke on B. That forces players to play a little bit more forward if they want that information. But the way that Spirit have started is just Jewel Berettas in cave. They're having to search middle because of that pressure felt, and they blocked A. So this is Spirit doing a very diligent job. Rain trying to sell this, unless they start holding W.
But Rain selling.
Oh! They went through the smoke.
Spirit aren't buying. They will cut down Rain, but still the loss of 8. And 2 to find. Carrigan can't track him.
TK!
Frozen puts down his captain. Awkward now. Robs to try and wrestle back for control. He needs an ammo. Gets away. The clutch available here for Mr. Cool. It's Magic's first. From behind his Donk. Could he really get himself out of this one? Magic says no. Again, it's Magic's. A glimmer of hope in a dark second map. 18-9. He does continue what he was doing on Nuke.
Yeah, Donk's grabbed the triple there as well. And you just hate to look at that from Frozen's perspective.
Oh, mate, especially after his Nuke.
Yeah, and the key point of that was them braving through that A main smoke, because the block was perfect from Spirit. They said, okay, we're feeling B pressure, but we aren't certain. We're going to search. That one right there, it leaves more than a mark.
And then Robson's got no bullets in a 1v2, gets run down. Magic's hits it.
Well, this has brought a buffer for the likes of Shiro and Zontix to activate. 2 kills for Shiro, 3 for Zontix. But now they're on that CT side. This is where the both of them can start doing some of their absolute best work. FaZe have gifted an AK over to Rops. Let's see if he can do his best Donk impression.
This very map, same position. Donk capable of an ace. Now that AK has been revealed and he's empty-handed on his first excursion. Block util solid. Gap available, trying to work with it, not going to get anything he desires. And with Chopper already calling B lane dead silent.
There's no rush. Wait this out, call out the util that's being expended and expelled from Team Spirit. Got 2 smokes and a flash on the back of Rain and Karrigan to work with for their finish. But really, this has to be Rops. He's been delivering. He showed up in the grand final, 17 kills to his name right now, but he has to find many more. 55 seconds, and they still want to pressure this A site. Second smoke drops, also funky with its placement.
Might lead to them getting congregated on Zontix on a wide swing with that MP9. Flash is great, catches him, and Zontix goes down to just the pistols. Magic and Donk combine. A multi-kill massacre. Only Robs can save and redeem this round. 30 seconds to do it. Spots the leg, a cheeky bit of ankle. Shown out by Shiro on site, closes the gap. And them down. 25, every second counts here. Sound cue's given away. Shiro, will he overlook this walk through the smoke? He is not looking in the right direction. Robs in the smoke, gets caught out, 40 HP. He's got nothing to work with. Shiro closes it down. Threatening round from FaZe all the same.
Really good damage there. Still taking a whole bunch of guns. It's going to make this one mean an awful lot more for FaZe. They win this, they know what type of position it's going to leave Spirit in. That defense was caught off guard. The flash comes through the smoke. Zontix getting glocked. You can see just how blind he was. But Spirit, you win this, you can tie things up. Elbow smoke, B door smoke in the exchange of cave and mid. So both teams showing that they want to try and vie for this B lane and mid control.
Nade looks good. Frozen takes the fight. The flashes were good. Zontix gets him regardless of the white screen. Frozen an opening casualty. Rain. Audible jumps heard. Smokes a block. Spam could be very dangerous. The return of fire actually does connect to Zontix. Robs reveals his elbowed position.
Completely unconfirmed, so they don't know how light up they are. Rain getting boosted. Try and patrol over towards Long. He might be able to get this fight. Donk's rotating over.
Going to be in the right place. And it's a fight taken. Rain delivers, removes Donk. Equalizing frag. Karrigan quick to fall though. Chopper, patience prevails in that corner. Stays active. They're coming for him. Rain knows his angles well, but so does Chopper. Heavy licks. So much damage inflicted. Neither connection fatal. Rob's the only member at health. Will try and take this fight.
45 seconds. They know that Magix is a B player. Shiro the rotator. Zontix over towards A. They're still going to try and finish B.
It hinges on this head-to-head right now. Magix and Robs, top of their game, top of their field. It's Robs that removes him. Awkward for Zontix now. You know that swing is coming. It doesn't stop the Robs. Straight into the site. A must-win duel, and he does deliver once more.
This is what you want to see. Robs in this type of form. The playoffs for Robs, he has been owning. He has been in elite level. And that is necessary to deal with the terror on the other side that is Donk. All major long, Donk has been performing. Sure, he had that one blip on the radar. But he bounced back, he showed resilience, and now we're getting 2 Titans throwing blows. But who's going to join Robs? Donk's got Magix for support. To be the 9th confirmed. And that shot at long, that boost that came in, it's Rain versus Donk at range. Big one to enable, and then really dicey moment with the K fight on Chopper. Both players brought very low. Yeah, this in middle, the flashes looked great, didn't it? But Zonti's able to recover. Rain just tapping on the jiggles, finds the head. Very important fight. And then Robs, yeah, these are clinical. Back when this kid entered our screens, it was always so procedural. Not taking any chances as a hail of nades do damage in mid to 2. Donk brought low Zontix 2, and they have been able to grab this control once more. FaZe have been able to sprawl in for the A main control, so at least they know that they can work back into that worst case. They've given over B lane, no dramas. Plenty of nades as they start to search.
That utility achieves nothing with Chopper's positioning.
Just walking out on A, so it's really stretching their legs is Rain. Spotted one.
Into the site. Drops ready for these fights. Smoke on CT. Donut's a threat as well. Util will plume. Limited options. Do they aggress on this? A smoke of their own design. Spirit trying to sow seeds of uncertainty as the bomb is going down. Brokey to plant. One temple from Magix will arrive. And it's Brokey under scrutiny. Brought low from the spam. Those smokes will not last forever. Rob swiveling around. He knows these engagements are coming. Has an angle. Doesn't convert. Zontic goes wide. Down. Traded by Donk. Rain takes in control on temple, but Donk double. Elevated from Frozen. A real chance. And he wins the duel. Removes Donk once more. FaZe have got this, surely. 2 versus 2, time ticking. No kit, no hope. Have to take these fights now. Have to hit the shot immediately as Frozen holds on. Carrigan ensuring the round. And Shiro last to fall. They gave it their best. They gave it their all. Every resource pumped into that attempted retake.
It's stressful, it's wobbly. There's moments you're seeing pieces of utility bouncing back off walls into smokes. The fights coming down to the wire.
I mean, watching that from Rob's perspective, the smoke, flash, bullets being thrown at you, like how do you maintain and find a way to actually contribute?
And for him as well, you know, he can only guess what resides on the other side. So having to pivot between all of those fights, FaZe do just hold on. Ali will burn the third and final tactical timeout from Team Spirit. That was a shove. They gave that M4 over to Donk. He gave it his best go. Everybody else with their upgrades, but FaZe right now, you have to assume this is the 11th round. The investment, just a flash for Magix, a deagle for Donk, and the USPs for the rest. Shiro and Zontix have remained quiet. We're only 4 rounds into the second half. How many more of play? It doesn't feel like Spirit have bought themselves enough of a buffer on what was their home turf coming into this best-of-3 grand final.
Full guns versus a donkey. Doesn't happen twice. Certainly not in one series, not in one major grand final.
Just with a B ramp flash, that's telling that, hey, they just played for information.
All right, bigger than he is.
And actually, it's paused them out for now. So the way that works is if they played for info, they said sector clear, and then they rotated back towards A because they're assuming elsewhere. Well, that's not the case. Whoa!
Clean. One bullet. Moves Chopper from the round. They are going to be on the right side of the map. Not the right weapon for the job.
FaZe just 2 rounds away from taking us to that decider of Dust 2.
It's a great map for it. Thinking about the names in this server. More on that when we inevitably get there.
It does start to feel that way now, doesn't it? There's so many opportunities for FaZe, this being one of the better. 2 Famouses and an MP9 to defend your honors, to defend 12. FaZe, they could lock themselves in for overtime at a minimum right here, right now.
FaZe trip over their shoelaces, running out mid, not this time. Throws it again onto Donk, takes that space away from him. He forces him to watch as that 12th round from FaZe now 4 frags away. Rain playing the game around smokes, it catches Magix going looking with that MP9. Ontix knows he has to do something. He is going to try and re-clear in, but Frozen's crosshair placement is perfect. Has to be a Shiro trade. Perfect, clean execution from Frozen. A double kill in middle, make it a triple. Didn't even have to adjust his crosshair to make that one.
A hopeless moment for Chopper.
An answer to your question as well, Robs. Who's coming with Robs? It's Frozen, at least in this one.
I'm sure Robs was asking that question as well.
Who's joining me?
Well, Rain is joining Chopper with a bullet in the back of the head. The Famous now noted. Brokey's going to rotate out of there, but Chopper, now you're an absolute dead man. Everything gone. 3K across the board, 3.7 for Magix. That's about it. Cash is in the dumps for Team Spirit. We need to find some of those hero moments, or we are going the distance. We are going to dust too, and that's where everything is back up for debate. FaZe, winners of Antwerp, lifting that trophy. 4 of the 5 in the server right now, enjoying that blissful moment. Looking to make it their second for the organization.
This time, not so lucky. Donk, however, down to Rops. Steps up, delivers an aggressive opening kill. How often have we said that this year? He's been doing it a whole lot here in Shanghai. Aggression added into the formula. Now to Zontix. Rifle available. Sight available for FaZe, and Frozen does finish off Zontix. Stops him in his tracks on Donut. Jumper edging towards that CT smoke. He is susceptible to Brokey, but slips through. Perhaps going to be overlooked. Karrigan's back is turned. It's just going to come down to how he emerges through the smoke. And Brokey's having none of it. But Counter-Strike fans, they're having all of it. Every single map of this major grand final. That's it. Magic takes himself out of the round. FaZe Clan back on their bullshit, losing their map pick and taking us the distance.
Still the style there from Magic's on the finish. Didn't want to delay the inevitable much longer, but history will be made at the end of the next map. We could have Donk breaking the record for the youngest major winner, or Karrigan breaking his own for the
champion. Spirit will start on the CT side, and it's Dust 2. This is designed for the aimers, and there's plenty in the server here, Chad.
Can't wait to sink our teeth into this one. 6th meeting between these two teams this year, 2024 alone, and the first time we will see them lock horns on this very map. Oh, taking the liberty straight to lower tunnels. Donk with the dual Berettas, spotted and drops back. So that is going to be pestering FaZe in the back of their mind. They know they'll have to clear out lower tunnels very diligently. Mid-door smoke to land, can't be blocked. Shiro with a nade in hand.
This is destined for damage here, Jaddy. Double. Oh, trouble. Robs 50. Rookie a little less so.
Smoke hasn't landed
it's not
perfectly.
Perfect. That is a disaster. At least Rain gets up. They're managing their angles well. The flash, did set up Robs for a duel, but a bit late on it.
All right, well, they will tuck back, get this cat control in the interim. Looking for an A split. 2 out long, 3 through short, blocked for now. Rotation has been allowed. Donk rotating back over to join this A defense, and Chopper's not too far behind.
They managed to pull Magic's away, and as he returns to this fight, the P250 was primed and ready. Through the smoke, Donk is in the perfect place, and he finds the perfect result. Perpetually well positioned is Donk, and he delivers and backs it up with destruction. 3 down to the Julies, and Spirit will start off their CT side with a win.
FaZe on the Ancient Pistol T side, they went through the smoke. It worked out this time, not to be the case. Donk waiting at the door, denying all of that room. You're thinking because of the info they had at long, we're going to take the risk, we're going to jump through, but just mopped up, and you can see Shiro's name there in the feed, that nade, softening them up, making it a whole lot easier. And that's one name you need to say an awful lot of if you're a Spirit fan and you want to see them lift the trophy. Shiro has been relatively quiet over the first 2 maps. Sure, map number 1 wasn't needed. Map number 2, he was absent. Map number 3, he can't go missing. And yeah, Donk, he's just going to run up mid. So disrespecting this quote-unquote eco, Karrigan has a scout, and he's pinned in tunnels. It feels like the worst place for that weapon.
Not the most idyllic fight for a scout, no less, and maybe he could find Chopper with a quick flick. He does! R.I.P. Chopper. An hell of a shot from Karrigan, and he'll cut his losses. You'll take that one and fall back to reformat.
This has all happened quite early in the round, still with 1 minute and 20 as they've evacuated tunnels, now 1 minute and 10, and the scout can continue to work, but you know it's on the board if you're Spirit. So the last thing you want to do is be staying staunch at short and middle to give over tags. Force these pistols to group up, force Karrigan to force the fight.
And this paranoia is because of Rain's death. Donk could be anywhere at this point. On a major grand final stage, though, he's played it conservatively.
Magic's over towards long with an MP9. This is how he ruined Liquid's dreams.
Yeah, he spots the shoulder as well. That's lovely info. That goes only one way.
Donk's on his way.
And Magic's is going to be able to catch them as they first walk through. Karrigan, easy, comfortable. Donk steals away a double. And Brokey now with that scout has missed his chance. Had a hot shot. Pressure mounting and being completely surrounded, encircled by Team Spirit. Goes for the no-scope. Shiro runs it down. So comfortable conversions there, and Donk up to 6. 2 rounds deep.
You can take those eco bashes, won't you? Throw them on this stat line, doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, it doesn't sit well with him that Magix is currently out fragging him. Perhaps not for long.
Yeah, we'll see how Dust 2. Magix is in a position that could have high traffic, but that's going to depend on the calls and the spawns that are offered up to FaZe. Right now, they wanted to head out long. They have Carrigan's Mac 10 to do so. Be a 3-man A start from Spirit. Flashes at the ready as the corner smoke drops. The deep one's going to obscure the vision, and they're coming out.
They're coming. This time, Chopper was not prepared for that. The long corner smoke isolates Chopper, and Carrigan closes it down. Takes that space. Shiro's AWP is on the prowl.
A gap to work with if they jump into pit. This is big. Oh, what?
What is that from Zontix? Just that knee-jerk reaction, spotted something and worked with it. Finds Robs in the smoke.
Oh, now they're boxed in. The way back is through this fight into the AK-47.
And Zontix deliver again. He certainly has a chance and does. Dispatches Carrigan.
Bomb spotted leaving long. Rotation on. Donk rotating over to deal with middle. Now aware that B is also a possibility, so rejigging this Team Spirit. Now highlighted there by the Obs team, Rain still parked out over towards the platform side, an unknown entity. If Spirit wanted to go for an info play to take this control back, they won't get the answers they're looking for. But they do have this AWP to deal with. Rain needs to get a timing against Shiro, and maybe that's just about to manifest.
Yeah, he just looked away for a second, comes back to his post. Every time he looks away, every time he averts his gaze, they start to advance, and now posted for it, misses his tap. This is his chance, Shiro does as well.
Barrel.
Spotted, Frozen's a dead man. Starting to accelerate now, rotations on the way from the CT. Shiro has done his job. Magix now tucks into Gandalf to do his.
Bomb will go down, that's a certainty.
How will they structure the retake? Rain opts for Car in this post plant. Brokey playing around that smoke, trying to make it a 2v2, but it's actually Rain that manages to connect. Removes Donk. Magic's next victim, they are both low. Shiro's USP could be potent. He's got time to work with. No kit yet. Opts for the MP9 instead, in lieu of a better weapon. It can work, it does! Brokey hits a banger!
Knocked him off that top rope there. That is a big round for FaZe to be able to convert. 2v3 situation after Frozen goes down to Shiro's AWP, but they're on the board, 2-1. And a timeout, and we've seen Halley. He is no stranger to taking these. He's not shying away from being able to voice his concerns, voice his thoughts within this grand final. He's taken him early. And these type of rounds is always a little bit more important to have the discussion of how you want to follow through, because the finances rope you. You have less options available. It can't be full gun rounds. You can't go into your standard openings. It needs to be a little bit more creative. But this opening, beautiful. But like Zontix has done an awful lot there. The kill on Rob. Don't know what he saw, but he definitely caught a sniff of something. And Brokey and Rain in combination. Great shot from Brokey.
He knew that was the only option for Shiro, trying to close that gap. Great shot.
But right now, FaZe can win out the financial warfare. Just have to get past a couple of MP9s and M4s. There's U2 in the mix. Going to start with another 3-2 split, but they're going to play Donk through Cat.
Frozen's out. That long corner smoke. There's no answer to Spirit. Here comes Donk, though, on the catwalk. Walking tall, standing up. Delivers. Removes them both. Calculated aggression. Effortless brilliance.
You run the same play as the previous, you're expecting more respect. And they just charge through middle. Donk gets the double, now you're stuck. There's no way forward, no way back. That feels awfully small for FaZe, and with so much time on the clock on this smoke that's being lobbed out by Rain now for the cross, it feels like that'll have to be part of the finish.
Nero has locked the door, finds an upgrade. That flank will be potent. That's if this setup even needs their help. MP9 lethal at this range. Nate does not expose Rain, but look at the damage. He's working with just a scrap of health. A stiff breeze can bring him down. Still puts Donk in the dirt. And only Frozen, no bullets and no hope. Spirit off the back of the timeout convert.
All right, well, 9-2 for Donk. Multiple kills on the pistol round, multiple kills in this round. And those are both very, very impactful in the flow of this first half final map. So the finances now are in the bin. I said FaZe could have won that out. Well, the same to be said for Spirit. This is the type of round you have to be converting. Round of 5v3 with a huge advantage, so much time you know exactly where they are or have a very good idea.
He is delivering under the most scrutiny. Brokey tries to brave the incendiary. Sensational start from Donk on this third and deciding map.
And Rops yet to find a frag. He woke up on Ancient. He was a force to be reckoned with, the driving factor. And Frozen joined him too.
Magic's got a multi-kill on a silver platter. No one's looking, backs to turn. He only gets the one, commits to the spray. Rain does bring him down. It's Chopper that, needed more maybe. Zontix can pick up the pieces.
Another bomb.
His two and the bomb's under their control. He missed his chance. The shot of Toshiro does not connect. A little bit of an opportunity, a window of opportunity was open. It's Shiro that slams it shut. For FaZe, I'm sure this is flying by. You're into round 6. Some of you feeling like you haven't even got going.
Game's not out of control just yet. Team Spirit don't have a whole lot of residual cash, so this is still well and truly on. We can back and forth. FaZe can force Spirit into more of these awkward buys that they seem to be more than capable of coming out on top of. Just reflect on Nuke and their T side.
Oh, Shiro is going to be in the right place for this if they do start to early test B. Donk and Shiro.
This type of setup, you're just trying to get the lower tunnel control. Just a variation of the default, right? You can see the Molly come in from top mid, the flashes as well, make sure that they aren't pesky playing forward. Now you want to push Chopper back off of short. He announces his presence with that HE. It's going to be mid-smoke to be... Oh no, it's a flash. I want to fight through middle. Mid to B smoke hit from Rain. Carrigan will contribute one as well to set up the crisscross. This draws a lot of attention, a lot of eyes, and a lot of possibilities.
They are behind it. And Donk wants to brawl. He wants to biff. Takes out Carrigan. No trade available as he dips back for a fresh mag. Shiro finding Robs, and one by one they fall. FaZe picked apart. Just two remain, Frozen and Brokey, with little to work with, just a bit of short control. Chopper going to be trying to spot, get this information safely, and has done so. Trying to close that gap, play for the plant. Finances going to be bolstered by the plant. Is there anything more for them here? There should be nothing. Magix makes it so. Oh, good shot from Brokey. Can surely be overrun. More costly perhaps. The bomb going down is nice, but a 5th round for Spirit on their CT side.
And that's the 4th opening duel going in favor of Donk. So that aggression is just paying dividends right now for Team Spirit. This lead extended. Now a buffer of cash built. Just as I was saying, hey, it still could be a little bit wonky, a little bit worrisome while they keep 4 players alive. First tactical timeout. See Neo behind the mouth moving. Previous major winner a decade ago with Virtus Pro. Now donning the coaching hat. He even wore the FaZe jersey as a player at one point in time.
Yeah, few teams can boast a coach with more pedigree than that.
Well, now he needs to add to the cabinet in that regard. It's great as a player, but not everybody is cut out for the coaching realm. And the greatest 1.6 players of all time, if not the greatest, it depends on who you talk to in that debate. Let's see if he has something masterful for this partial FaZe buy. Knowing the loss bonus will be maxed out into the next, they've just kept that respectable amount of money to facilitate the buy. Brokey making sure that the AWP will not be an issue.
Yeah, I've heard it from FaZe Clan themselves that Neo loves to call these partials. Likes to have a gimmick, come up with something. Top short, smoke doors.
Spirit will have had that 30 seconds as well, and how they can chip in and help them understand what the finances likely look like at this point if there were any doubts. The setup, like any fear of fights over towards B. Few worries for Zontix short. FaZe looking to pipe themselves out short, so the smoke for Brokey and Rops with a flash for Carrigan. That'll be the go.
Range Tech 9 to draw the crosshairs. Try and pull Shiro's AWP away from that frozen Galil.
Well timed. That's
indeed.
But look at the HEs remaining. Chopper has one, Shiro has one, Zontic, so they're coming through.
They are starting to accelerate. Shiro poised as he collects onto Rain. No trade from him. Where's Frozen's Galil? It's dead. Chopper makes it so. Roki recovers it. Rob's still yet to frag as he's sent to the grave by Donk. 6 for Spirit. Not even slightly threatening.
This next round is where the concerns will really start to ring home for FaZe. So the nature of the game, the scoreline looks pretty damning, but yeah, Dust 2, they can still work back in. This is a full buy, great, but it's more about the contributions of the players. 3 for Brokey, 3 for Frozen, 3 for Rain, 2 for Carrigan, 0 for Rops. Right now, nobody is activated, nobody is putting up enough of a fight. This has to change right here, right now, or this could be a quick third map of play. Fast mid control from Carrigan. Brave behind his boosted AWP. Straight down mid, applying pressure immediately with a mid to B smoke. That forces the rotation, the conversation for Spirit of what's possible early. They'll block onto themselves and even wasted a sentry there. They need to push Shiro back from short. The flash has to be perfect or the swing needs to be wide.
Shiro respects and exchanges the can of flame. Small map control victory. And the smokes nullify one another. Magix is holding the push out.
They actually have Donk anchoring long. Traditionally, it is Magix, so putting their heaviest hitter to lock this down.
Committed position. Miles away from the action. 40 seconds, FaZe. Trying to find their voice in map 3. Mid-util lands. Eyes are on Chopper and Zontix to defend their bomb site. Spam from Magix trying to lend a hand. It's just the 2 of them up against FaZe Clan. Crunching in. Zontix does deliver, removes Frozen, and there's Chopper down to 1. Robs brings him out. We will see the plant come through. A retake available. Shiro with an AWP. One single flashbang thrown out by Donk. They're not going for it. Or at least they're not going from the main avenue of approach. They're not going through doors.
They can take their time on this. They can hang around. FaZe might get jittery and start to exit, and then there's an avenue in. They're going to have a look.
Opportunity here. Brokey's in the perfect angle to protect Robs. They're searching. They're testing. An AWP shot tag. Finished by Robs. One back. Donk! No! He could do it! It's only Rain! Young delivers! How have they pulled that one off? The answer is Donk. 16 frags in just 8 rounds of play! This is a young man's game. The game is older than he is.
And this is exactly how we started the year, with our jaws on the floor in Katowice. Spirit, we knew this kid was a prospect. He turned into a prodigy, but it's just phenomenal to watch. A thing of beauty, defying what we know and love about Counter-Strike. And as you mentioned, so young, he can only get better. And FaZe, that was their best opportunity yet for a second.
This is his playground, this is his map. Is it his trophy? Carrigan sits him on his ass for our 9th round of play. It's up to his teammates now. Try and match his output in some capacity. There's Robs. Little glimpse of what he is capable of. Chopper takes risks. Confirms nothing in upper turns and keeps moving. Shiro is investigating as well. AWP on his back. Nade looks good for some damage. Great nade. Lost to win round 4 FaZe Clan. A wide open B bomb site. Chopper's flank, however, is starting to arrive. It may be a little too late. Frozen may have even spotted him on the jiggle, has done now. Perfect resistance found.
Is this going to be a save this time round? I feel like the answer has to be yes. A 3v5B retake, that feels like an impossibility unless something given over. just taking a moment to look at the fact that Donk has started long in quite a few of these rounds. That's something that could be throwing FaZe for a bit of a loop. He's traditionally one of the B defenders alongside of Zontix. Hold up, they're still going in. They have smokes. They have smokes and mollies. They're going to go for this late.
They start thinking it's theirs.
They're going for this late.
They think it's guaranteed. Magic's wants to try and change that. Brokey surely shifts the dialogue again. Magic's trying to do some damage on the way out. Does find the head of Brokey. As Carrigan going to try and save at the back of the site. And Shiro maintains his AWP.
Well, because of the slew around, Spirit have no issues getting back into the buy. This half can be salvaged for FaZe. They let one slip on a 3v3 B retake, sure, but that's their second. Grab a third, force Spirit into more saves, try and ice them out. But Donk being more over towards long, I'm curious if Carrigan is going to try and change the game plan midway through the map. That's something that's, right, you're coming into these games, and sure, you love it when people throw in a bit of a different flavor. You need to be able to really trip them up, especially at the high level when teams are playing nameplate Counter-Strike. Donk again starting towards A.
His opponent's guessing as to where he'll be, but even if he starts long, he can show up tons and win out the clutch. In that late B retake, doesn't matter where he starts, if he can finish that strongly.
But no word of a lie, I'm taking a look right now. Ooh, I'm short. We should be able to get this space.
Donk hearing these footsteps trudging towards short side, blocked by the smoke. FaZe Clan have intentions elsewhere, though you can see indicated by the bomb. It's just to keep Spirit guessing. Chopper hearing all of this.
Feels like B is going to be the weakness to hit if Chopper has moved over towards that side of the map, and it's a constant alongside of Zontix.
You have to win this duel against Chopper cleanly. His frags could buy time for a rotation. That flash looks good. Chopper. Oh, not blind! Not blind! Rain goes down! Commits to the spray. A necessary trade. Frozen breaks through. Zontix around the smoke, though. An opportunity to disrupt.
Flank from Magix.
He's coming through. They're not ready. They're not ready whatsoever. Carrigan jumps up on Xbox, loses.
They're going to assume it's through short because it's so quiet. Zontix doesn't have B info.
It's wide open.
He does now.
Wide open. Through the smoke. No idea. They have no idea where the finish is coming from.
Frozen has to live. He can't go down without a kill.
Into the tunnels, and Magix hits it.
They're rotating A.
Into him. Into Magix. He will be punishing. What are they doing? Running straight headlong into Magix.
They assume Donk's still alive. He's moved over towards the A site. He's not playing B anymore. They killed Chopper. He's traditionally the rotator. Zontix left the site. They think they surely must. Donk, he must be over towards B.
It's so smart.
So they try and rotate over. This has really thrown FaZe through a bit of a loop.
They're just not ready for Donk to be on A.
Look, we've been saying it, or I've been saying it tournament long. I think he's better suited to that position because of the way that he can use his rifle. I think he's chained on that B site, and right now, Spirit are using him over towards that A site. So, Neo, are you taking the time out? Are you addressing that? But it doesn't have to stay that way. There's only 2 rounds left in this half. It's too late to worry about addressing it. You just can't play nameplate Counter-Strike anymore. You need to just follow through with your conviction. Because if you're looking to try and outsmart them, outmaneuver them based off of what you looked at in the prep, it's wrong.
And it's resulted in a mammoth lead on this CT side. Galils for the FaZe Clan boys to try and muster up a T side they can work with.
And now he's back over to B.
Keeping them guessing, keeping them on their toes, thinking they've solved the riddle off the back of an enemy timeout. They position Donk back on the B side. So dynamic, our team Spirit here.
They get this short space immediately. We might see them just explode with an execute, even through block utility. Only been able to establish 2 players, so that feels like an likely nature, unless a couple more are able to greet them. FaZe, this is a miserable half. 4 is the bare minimum they can get, and they have to fight hard just to get that.
Groundhog Day for Rain. He arrives on short, throws out his smoke, is blocked immediately. MOUZ shows along doors presence. Shiro, attention drawn. Magic's ensuring no pushes through the smoke. We've got the minute mark. Can Carrigan call his troops into a necessary 3rd round? God Flash lined up by Magix as well. Obscured by the palm leaves, they won't have a chance to react. He times it right. Dunk on Shiro. He's found Chopper, jumping straight down to CT. Magic's forced wide by the Flames, still takes one. Donk maintains CT control, Rain is there. And Donk has a great idea as to where he is. Another smoke deployed, Rain trying to mantle up. Donk is on hot pursuit. He's going to know exactly where you are. He is behind. Man advantage for FaZe. Rain lives on, repositions, but only for a moment. Donk hits it. Frozen does as well. Oh, and Brokey. Enough to seal the deal, surely. It's Sontic's turn to pull off a 1 versus 3. Frozen noted on long side. And what's he doing? Swings through, the trade is there. Gave Zontix an opportunity. Brokey brave to actually go straight for the fight there.
Yeah, converting off the back of that information. Very well done. Clamping down before he can react. So sure, they do get their third, but it feels like they definitely need this fourth.
Whoa, I mean, even that conversion is down to a 1 versus 1. Tooth and nail, they fight for their third.
Well, discussion's been about FaZe wanted to do it the hardest way possible. Vitality into G2, now Spirit. So to map down your pick, move into enemy territory, have a dominant showing where individuals turned up. Right now, that can't be said. These rounds are having to be scrapped for. Very few multi-kills to report or any of impact. FaZe desperately need this fourth round to keep the hopes and dreams alive of FaZe Clan. This donk is happening again.
Hot shot on the cross. Doesn't connect. Fighting through the long smoke this time. Carrigan's going to get greeted with a lot more than he was ready for, but still somehow prevails. 2 MP9s unload their mags at him. Six takes up upper B control. Valuable asset for the team Spirit information.
They're in backyard, not going lower tunnels, so they are aware that mid to B is a possibility, but Donk is the man to defend against it.
This time he is here.
Zontix is vacuuming up all of this space. We still have a minute on the clock and he's already entrenched in T-spawn. Problems for FaZe. Util light, they need to hit some big shots. Upper tunnel's now blocked. Donk aware that multiple fronts of fights are on his table.
Allows him to focus on potential. Oh, that's a headshot! AK brings down Shiro.
Just an MP9 in the side.
Magics do nothing in the hands of Carrigan, that late arrival long. They pieced this together beautifully. Zontix, long way round, gets to Carrigan.
Donk's heard.
Yeah, Donk and Robs juking it out around the smoke. Someone does prevail, but at what cost? 9 HP. And a teammate with an MP9 in this final round of the half. Nothing's impossible when Donk's in the server, but this one, it's most definitely improbable. Brokey's all ready for the smoke push. Zontix misses his shot, but Frozen does not. It's for a recovery of sorts. 3 out of the last 4 rounds of that half, just to give FaZe Clan something.
Really tough half for them, and you have to feel that 3v3 on that B bomb side they should have converted, but just Donk coming in late and hitting every necessary shot. At that point, things started to feel quite hollow, but it is recovered, it's salvaged, but is it enough? First pistol round of this one went in favor of Spirit. FaZe need to do the same. A minute to sit, to ponder, to have the coach's message hit your ears, to take a look around, to realize where you are. The 21st major, the first in China, and history to be made on either side of the server. Question marks after the start of the year with the performance from Donk in Katowice. Is he going to be able to do that again? Is he going to be able to keep that up? Well, he's been a force all year long and saved, again, one of his best performances until these final throws, these final moments, and he's delivering once more. It was a labored first half and a team-based first half. Nobody stepping up and individually putting on a show for FaZe. But their CT side will see Carrigan anchoring long. Rain is the rotating rifler. Brokey with the AWP. And the B setup of Frozen and Rops. This game's far from over.
Especially depending on the winner of this pistol. Boosting up Rain to provide and lend a hand to Frozen. This could be this is going to be a hard fight. Donk's Glock. Multiple fights as he swings, trying to bait these shots, trying to confirm the presence of Frozen. Rain readies his aim. Frozen buckled. Oh, instant deletion at the hands of Donk. Does not let off the gas, and now dual Berettas fall into his hands. So consistent.
If Robs goes back a plat and they B-execute, Magics has a molly for exactly this.
Oh, it's perfectly designed. They've got everything they need, Chad. Every single thing they need.
When the pixel shows, Robs has to hit the shots. He can't allow him to throw that from cover. He's going to be in so much trouble.
It has to be perfect. His crosshair placement has to be 100% perfect for this first click. Util confirms his suspicions. Molotov destined for Rob. Can he hit one? Can he hit a shot? Can't track him. Just the one onto Shiro. Now Rain's turn, and he does click the first. Down now, B site is theirs.
Rotation miles away, but on their way, Brokey and Carrigan. There's a flash for this. He's going fast.
He's going quick, straight through the window. Brokey trying to deny, only the one. And so Carrigan demanded to clutch. His legacy demands a clutch. Can't hit the first. Zontic's defending, but forces Chopper off the bomb. Carrigan's position noted. Youth versus experience. An impossible clutch now. Chopper's position's just too much to handle. He'd have to miss every shot, and Zontix doesn't. A triple kill from Zontix. It's Donk that starts, Zontix that dunks. Now what?
How many pistol rounds is Donk going to have impact on? It's insane. I know in that situation he just gets that one kill in towards lower, but he's not even worried. Like Rain's not providing any cover in that situation at all. Robs gets one, but he's always going down. Rain could have really activated there, gets the first, but can't find the follow-up. And then as you mentioned for Carrigan, that's such a tough retake. And now 10, destined for Team Spirit. Just a couple of HEs thrown into long to deal with an early Inquisition. A flash for Rain to enable something mid-round. But it's just the pistols.
Carrigan and Frozen stretching their legs up mid. Chopper's got the perfect weapon to tend to this and confirms it with some sound cues made. Steps trunching up towards the palm. Chopper reveals himself. Some messy shots on the burst. Carrigan down. Yeah, Rain just the one with his USP, but it's Donk just farming him up. Shutting him down. And Zontix even spots this one out for a clean one tap of his own. 3 rounds. 3 rounds. It's going to be bouncing around in their head every time they touch tab. 3 rounds is all Spirit need.
This map's given flavors of Nuke, how this series started. FaZe were able to start battling back in, but every time they broke them or felt like they had them right where they wanted them, they lost the follow-up. They couldn't get those consecutive rounds. They don't have that same luxury. This is map number 3. This is the decider. This is not the start of the series. This has to be converted right here, right now. The loss bonus is just the start of the game. 2,900 into the next. This is going to get away from them so quickly. FaZe are down in the dumps. They need one of those classic FaZe moments. Everybody doubted them coming into this. Their form. It was not what everybody expected with the name. But the playoffs is where they found themselves. But have they lost another final back-to-back?
Donk in his comfort zone.
He could just walk out and take a duel onto 8. It's Brokey having to tend with this with the rifle. This is not a fun fight. He's playing for information more than a duel.
How comfortable can he be on a major grand final stage? And he's playing his game his way, changing the way this game is played.
Have to play retake A.
Proactive, starts to move in, up towards the ramp, perhaps overlooked. There's Donk in the feed. Problems for FaZe Clan. They needed this one, they needed it, and Magic's and Donk taken away from them.
And this man on your screen has not been able to impose his will, like we saw against G2, like we saw against Vitality, like we saw on Ancient. 4 kills to his name. Nobody from FaZe being able to get things underway, but he has been the driving factor, the driving force to their victories, to get them into the playoffs, to get them into the grand final.
This is like nothing we've ever seen. A performance like this against a team that have slayed so many demons on this playoff path. Yeah, this Dragon now stands on the precipice of legacy.
Third and final timeout called. Last moment for FaZe. The money, I don't feel it's there to justify the force, but your option is hand over the 12th and have to go on an 8-round run just to force overtime. Team Spirit have FaZe right where they want them. Second major ever for Donk and Zontix, and they are just 2 rounds away from lifting that coveted trophy.
On their second time of asking. Just some armored pistols stand in their way of a 12th.
Started Rops over towards A, so he can be a little bit more active. Doesn't have to worry about bunkering down towards that B site. But the call from Spirit will dictate whether or not he gets to play. Send him out to search long, trying to deal with that anchor player, but nobody's home. Nobody's tending to it whatsoever. Chopper's a little bit pacier here. They might find themselves chasing tails, chasing ghosts. Magic tending to this now.
Where do they draw the line on that long aggress? Rain parks close to the doors. Donk throws out the nade, destined for Brokey. Safe from it on the ramp side. Utility pressure applied. That Rops rifle, their best and only hope. Intermittently spotting on that cross. Brokey to be the beacon of information. Vanguard smokes, headshot found, Rops the first, a second, takes down Donk, delivers, gives FaZe something to work with, still absolutely not a certainty. What's the pivot?
Into B, away from the rifle.
Yeah, and into the 5-7 of Carrigan. He has to find something here. There's a little bit of aggression, the flashbang's good, spotted out one, now from behind, Rain tides his time, it does convert, Shiro's gone. Swinging into Zontix. FaZe just need to remove Magic, so the legs have been broken, he hears it. Scavenging away what rifles they can. As FaZe live to fight another day, round 16 is theirs. And Rain secures it.
Still smiles on the faces. They like the way that one felt. Rops in the position to deliver, and he does. Just as we were discussing, the lack of ability in this map to be able to impose his will. Plays over towards A with that saved rifle, gets 2 key kills and sets it spiraling for Spirit. But again, what else do they have to offer? What else do they have to deliver? This just feels dire at this point. It's such a long way back. The amount of rounds necessary.
And it has to be perfect. But against Donk, even perfect is not good enough. Smoke buys time. 4 players occupy long for Spirit.
Look at that open a pit. I'm sure I contend with anybody trying to look for information top site. Just sit back and cover as his teammates scale up. Replenishment of the cross smoke. And playing retake again are FaZe. This is going to get tough.
Pushing on in. Already got the psych under control as soon as Carrigan gets caught jumping. Magic, masterful. Forces Brokey away. Molotov seals their fate. Another for Magix. Keeping his form on this major grand final stage. Keeping up with Donk, keeping the impact frags flowing.
You've got to save. That's 12. Right there, Team Spirit. 2 kills into the A site. Both from Magix. That secures the 12th round. You know you have FaZe right where you want them. You started the year with a win over this team to announce your presence into Tier 1. To show that you're the real deal. A true threat. And you have the best player in Counter-Strike on your team. And right now, you just need 5 more kills. And you will be the champions here in Shanghai. This has been a month-long venture. RMRs into opening, into elimination, all done here in Shanghai. And the playoffs, the grand final, it lays in front of them everything they dreamed for, everything that they have thought about this whole year long can be converted right here, right now in 5 kills time.
It cannot be understated. There are teens in Shanghai wearing your nickname on the jersey of the team you play for. As a Siberian teen, dedicating his life to the game, 1 round away. 5 kills. Rops tries aggression. Flashed away, thinks twice. Is this another grand final? With head in hand as the confetti falls for Carrigan and co. This shot from Rops on the AWP. Spirit's approach direct through mid. Donk, the spearhead of this assault. And he's opened it up. Just 4 frags now, 4 clicks of his mouse. On his second time of asking, Brokey fights back onto Chopper. Taking his head-to-head, and Brokey holds on for FaZe. Ray through the smoke, does not give up. Dix and Shiro getting active, bomb loose, Frozen pushing the smoke. They want to fight for this now, and it's cost him. Frozen down, it's still Brokey's round, and Carrigan commits to the spray, gets there eventually. FaZe Clan live on.
Touch and go, I think, is one way to frame this, but it is sketchy as hell for FaZe out there right now. You touched on it. This is the 4th major grand final for Carrigan and Rain side by side. And this could be the 3rd time they feel that agonizing heartbreak of yet another loss. And 2 in 1 year, that's enough to break any man.
First on home soil, and then when no one believed you'd even be there with a chance. You've run through a gauntlet of the world's best. But now you need 6 consecutive rounds, 7, just to survive, just to see overtime.
And this was the problem that happened on Nuke, unable to convert where you had Spirit in a position to break them financially. Again, they're there. You retain the double orbs. And Orgon Carrigan, he's starting to show some worrying signs with the aim.
His luck again does Rops on the start. Magix wants to go for a late long pop. Straight in, Carrigan starts to unload. Somehow he finds the head of Magix. And it's Rain that builds around as well. Removing Donk onto just 1, keeps him humble. Rops, aggressive AWPing. Catches Shiro on the cross back. Tomtic steps in to try and isolate a duel here onto Frozen, gets spotted out, chipped away at. Advances, knows it hinges on him, a jump spot confirms Frozen's presence, a head-to-head, Frozen comes to win! His teammates there to mop up the pieces, Rops last seen mid, posts on the AWP, Chopper with one of his own. Smoke on the doors, limits his options. Molotov should seal the deal of a plant. Tontix goes looking for more. It's Rain, ready for this one, and delivers. Can Chopper do anything with this one? Surely not. Not his weapon. Not his weapon, not his time.
I see there from Frozen as well over towards B. They get that smoke, they smoke off the doors. Chopper has utility as well. They get in and they plant that bomb. So giving them a bit of a luxury considering how well that one started with the trades over towards Long to kick things off. That bomb going down means that they can still be a little bit threatening with their purchases if they ever so choose. 2,400 is the loss into the next.
Really important trade out of Rain there.
Yeah, and Rops as well, shutting the door on the rotation back. Just there's no expectation of an AWP to be pushed up mid and around like that, but you can see they have been able to pick their poison and pistols, and it's Tech 9 for Spirit, and they're heading over towards B.
They know they've got double orbs. Could be punishable.
The rotation is absolutely miles away. It has to be Frozen, it has to be Rops. These two have to lock it down, there's no question about it. Lurk Smoke will draw the Rifler in close. Does it? Frozen. Stepping back, playing outside of the site, so pressure on Rops with the AWP. Clear of the smoke, nothing found. Here they come.
Oh, they're about to explode. Rops must hit some shots here. Just to survive at the major, and it's Frozen that's holding on for the first. Gets the double, Donk's alive, that's a problem. Rob's to the back of the smoke and is spammed away at trying to hide in plain sight on the bomb site. Looks good, Brokey delivers. Shiro on the flank tries to finish it off, and Brokey doesn't go down without a fight. The P250, Magic reloading in the middle of the site, and they survive. Survive to tell the tale of the Tech9 pop.
Important kills from Frozen there, gets the double while they're focused on Rob's back of the site. But still, that was just a very light investment.
Oh, there would have been no worse way for it to end like that for FaZe.
Chopper's invested right now into a MAC-10. Could have opted for a Galil, would have been lighter on with Util. I'm curious if that's telling of the play that the in-game leader wants to make against MOUZ. Did some out-of-the-box plays that caught them off guard on map number 3, Mirage. They're going towards the B site with heavy resources again. Chopper just noisy, so using himself as that piece to potentially be traded. Has Donk right behind him for exactly that.
You know the playbook. Chopper pulls the crosshairs, Donk delivers around. Time after time, we've seen it. And this round is for them, Major.
Bad smoke from the CTs there. Very worried about the mid to B currently.
Good shot at converting.
That lurk smoke's a little bit shallow.
Every round could be FaZe Clan's last. Frozen doesn't seem to think it's this one, neither does Rob. Hold on, holding on! The double orb! Make it a triple as he denies Spirit once more! Just maintaining their footing.
We've seen Spirit in this situation before against Liquid. Dust 2, massive lead. Liquid clawed it all the way back, and this man in the middle of your screen right now was the one with the long push on an MP9 that eliminated Liquid and their major hopes and dreams. Right now, they will have to wait a round longer, but look at what he's hoping to save. That, in the hands of Donk, has proven time and time again throughout this series enough to win a round.
This is what
he might not get to hold on to it.
Gets Carrigan down, and now they know his position, so the hunt is on.
Time.
Should get away with it. Brokey's not forcing the issue. Nor Rain, unable to make it there in time. Magic sprints it through. And immediately, Kevlar helmet and the AK drop. But so frequently we have seen this hero rifle put into his hands, and it's absurd how often he actually converts.
You take a look, he doesn't have the best spawn in the world, so they can't just try and send him out long on that first timing.
So much responsibility on his shoulders at such a young age, and yet he doesn't seem to buckle.
We would be remiss to say there's no pressure in a round like this, but it's almost a free swing. Next round they will be buying, so whatever he can get done might just be enough.
Back 10 on Chopper as well, to try and pull the crosshairs away, as we've discussed. They mantle up. Getting into Brokey's domain here on the AWP hold. No smoke to block, it's just his AWP. Frozen and Carrigan can lend a hand, but Brokey's still going to be tested here. Looks like Chopper wants to strafe towards the CT. Flash is good, gets down. Awkward now, FaZe Clan need these. Hit the shots again. Individuals fill the feed, Brokey under scrutiny. It's Soltix, next victim. Lining him up, it's Donk's AK still in the play. He's the problem. You have to shut down Donk if you want to see another round of play. It's Shiro and Donk, partner up. 2 frags away, and the bomb goes down. This is everything. Donk on the hero rifle, Shiro cowering at the car with 4 HP. Donk controlling it now, Rop's approaching with just the AWP, it's not good. Rain has to do a lot here from short. Time is ticking. Can FaZe Clan fight to see another round? Or will Shiro and Donk ruin their dreams? Rain doesn't seem to think so, but Shiro good. Just has to hit the tap on Rain. Can't hit it, on the cross. Oh my God, it comes down to that! Rain holds on and extends play! I can't believe we go again in Carrigan, vibrating! This run continues, Chad. consecutive. 2 more for overtime.
One man with 1 AK, and the amount that Spirit are able to derive from his presence, his impact. They almost had the major right there and then, and what better way to have got it done.
Tip of the head.
Oh!
How's he done that?
Double or pick mid. They are throwing some punk Counter-Strike at Spirit now.
Shiro has to watch as this 4v5 transpires. Magix actually picks up that AWP. Perhaps they're going to overlook the possibility of a late repeat from T-side AWP. Util mid. This shot. Brokey tries a wall bang. Rain, the rock of FaZe, maintains control of middle. Magic's posted. Hoping for an overextension that Rain is not going to give him. Bombs maneuvering back.
This setup is ready. Carrigan to take first contact. If he goes down, Frozen might go overlooked. This is Frozen's time.
As you go ahead of the play, swing it in. Donk is blind. Frozen can't connect. Carrigan in trouble now. Do you fight? Do you run?
They're in
He
limbo.
opts for the fight. He opts for the fight, and Magix will punish. FaZe Clan. Oh, Brokey misses his shot. Spirit, they're doing it. 2 frags away from the organization's first major. It's just Rain and Robs. 2 versus 4. Couple of clicks to the mouse, and it's a quick one tap to Zontix. Nice. Jumping, no scope. Rain and Robs refuse to surrender. Magix recovers the AWP. Spots that one. Good he transfer. Oh my God! 3 points of health.
He dinked him!
Robs refuses and forces the final round of regulation.
That's FaZe! That's the most entertaining team in Counter-Strike history!
It just delivers time after time.
They had the number advantage.
2 on 4.
This one right here!
Jumping, no scope.
Back on that bullshit!
Time after time, 1 HP. What is it? 3 frags, 3 HP. Robs has put them within 1 round of recovering this dust too. But on the 24th, Spirit have formally recovered.
30 kills for Donk, 21 for Magix, the 2 putting in a shift, 51 combined. The FaZe have had to work so hard for the rounds they've been able to convert. They've come this far, but is it all for naught? Is it all for nothing? It's Beast won't miss, there'll be a gap over the top, ever so slightly.
Great, just have the awareness. Maneuver to it, Frozen in the open. Robs again with a double.
But B's open.
B is wide open. Zontix and Shiro sees the site, and Donk now position noted. Rain, can you save him again? Zontix tucks into car. Bomb is planted. Time against FaZe Clan as Spirit are once again within reach of closing it out in the final round of regulation. Carrigan, Rain, Brokey fighting for overtime. Zontix has to pick his moment, find his chance, and he has struck brilliantly onto Rain. It's collapsing around them. Carrigan and Brokey, it comes down to the 1v1. It's overtime. Oh! Denied! Regulation converted! This is their